Hello! Greetings and welcome to you, brave citizens of our new world. It's me, Toronto's greatest supervillain and evil genius, Dr. Terawatt. This is our Layer 4.0, and today we are playing once more a game of Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition on our stream here. We are joined once again by the B team. Thank you also, Rainer, for getting that Prime subscription in during my intro. You fuck. All right, getting on down the list of our wonderful people that we have here, though, today our B team made up of 6 lovely players. From the top of the list today, we've got Esteban coming in playing our skeleton archer Talrand.
I must find a forest to acquire the bees.
Gotta get a bee's nest and a beehive, stick it up inside the skeleton ribcage. We've got Rainer coming in playing Drakiar, our draconian sorcerer.
I'm going to say this once real quick. The Cheeto is gone. I repeat, the Cheeto is gone. Hallelujah.
It is. I just want to quickly address that just for a hot moment, so we can just kind of get that out of our system. There was a moment when it was like, yeah, and this is the inauguration of President-elect Joe Biden, and I almost wanted to break down into like tears, and it's not like happy tears, but like tears in the sense that you've been holding in like so much stress for so long that when it's finally done, like you get off of a roller coaster and then you cry because like
I know
it was
that
terrifying, and you had to like hold it all in for 4 years.
It was gloriously boring.
I definitely had like a relief cry.
Listening to some of the late night talk show hosts go on about it really briefly, it was just kind of funny that they were like, yeah, and then Bernie Sanders was just sitting there by himself with his fucking mittens and his little like thing of papers there, looking like some fucking legal attorney whose car got stuck in the snow someplace, like, yes, I'm here now, thank you. You could all stop talking to my lawyer. Thank you very much. My client, you can leave him alone. Thank you. It's so... Like, and they were like, and we just get to laugh at the funny little things now.
Yep.
We just get to laugh at the little funny things that happen without there being some tremendous and awful sense of dread or feeling like if you say the wrong thing, someone could kill you. Like, it's so weird now, like having the sort of like watching the color come back into the world.
Yep.
We're not sitting here actively watching the wheels come off things and go, why am I strapped too far away from the wheels to actually do anything?
Yeah.
I want off Mr. Bones' wild ride.
Hey, Doc, quick, look at the D&D community, like our little group chat thing, and look at the picture I posted. That's currently my background image.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Okay, I am gonna pull that up real quick just so that folks in the chat can see that, and then we're gonna move on to the next thing. But very, very swiftly, there, it's Bernie sitting by the fire in Dead by Daylight. We've only got 3 more generators to start. All right. So,
Once again, asking you to unhook each other, please.
Yeah, I'm once again asking you to fix the generators. All right. And of course, we've got Keldaka Gray coming in playing our kobold cleric named Sneck.
Sneck is going to smite a bitch.
Hell yeah. And we've got Quad coming in playing our warforged warrior named Alloy.
I stared death in the face and said, "Help me."
And we've
I was
got
thinking you were going to
Palanthir
do
coming
the...
in playing our Air Genasi rogue Caleb.
Going only for the good stuff, just gonna put it in my silkweed bag.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. That one time I was playing WoW and I was like insanely out of it, just going on about stuff.
With the blue dye.
I'm gonna go with the blue dye. You're the silkweed bag. And last but certainly not least, of course, we've got NB Rex coming in playing Piffles, our goblin bard.
Hello.
And, of course, if memory serves us correctly, when last we left our intrepid adventurers, they had just battled, had come to blows with, and narrowly defeated a zombie beholder.
Shit fucking died.
Hmm. We did.
Gathering the remains of some of the bodies in the room, as well as the remains of the beholder itself, it was lit on fire with the sacred flames of the King of Autometh by Snek, your cleric. And as its remains smoldered and dissolved away into bright blue flames in the energy, the soul is finally released from captivity. You all find yourselves now in the silent, open room of where this creature was only just recently brought into being.
Hmm.
Not to break the somber silence, why does my sheet say I'm nearly dead? Because I don't remember only having 5 hit points.
Oh yeah, I used you for some other stuff. What's your HP's 41? You didn't take any damage during that fight, did you?
I don't think so. Which is why I was going.
I'm just gonna set you back to full HP.
If any one of us took damage that fight, we'd probably be dead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there
I could take
was. It almost disintegrated some of you. Instead of creating a brand new archer character that was the same level as everyone else from the ground up, I decided to just throw Talrand in to fight against Spooty Poots' character on the A-team in the arena. So you were that ranger that she fought. And yes, I was not using some of your crazier bullshit that you do. But I was using some of that crazy bullshit.
Sigmund Games reskin a character model.
Yeah,
It's
I literally
probably
just
a good thing.
just put a different icon for it and then dropped you into the arena and was like, all right, let's do this.
It's probably a good thing you didn't use a reskin Dracula or Piff with the fireball spells we have.
Well, that's
Well,
the thing.
mine's bagpipes.
Piff actually, I think out of the three of you, I think Piff actually would have done the best because a lot of Spoots' combat was based on skill checks. Because it was a lot of grappling and then a lot of saves against things, to which bards excel. But Sorcerer, you would have gotten off like a good crack with that fireball, and then that would have been it. Because she would have wrapped you up and squeezed you to death. I mean, it wrapped up and squeezed to death poor Talrand in that arena fight, but he did manage to get a few arrows off before she caught up with them, and then, like, used a series of abilities, which was like, cool, you lose all of your turns, and now I'm grappling you, and now you're taking damage, and you still lose all your turns because you're terrified, and you can't run. And you have to get a certain distance away or succeed a skill check to stop being terrified. And you can't run and you can't meet the skill check, so you just keep losing your turn. And I was like, wow. That was rough.
That's rough, buddy.
And this is when Doc learned to make certain monsters figure immune.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like certain creatures are, a lot aren't. And
Yeah,
Spoots was like, I'm going to play a character that's largely based on using fear tactics. And I was like, that sounds like something you would do. Let's do it. And off we went. And it was terrifying. And yeah, Balthus, I Agent Smithed Talrand into the other game. Oh, man. So yeah, here we find ourselves now in the basement of this structure. What are you guys doing?
Well, friends, we saw the stairs to the south. We just cleared out the bed guy down here. I'm not 90% dead, thankfully. Why don't we go up those stairs and see what we can find? Now that we've we had looted this room for what little we could possibly want from here, and I was pretty sure Snack had scorched everything clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, Snek went around using that sacred flame and just scoured those bodies right off the floor and smashed all of their holy symbols, leaving this room in a charred mess. Though Dracula did also find another bit of literature on the table, and you now have 2 of these books. Is that correct?
Yeah. I am going to read these things from front to cover, so I know how to fucking kill these things.
Wait. The book that described how to make this creature, we burned.
No, you
just
burned a scroll.
Yeah, the scroll.
okay.
Oh, wait, no, that's correct. The book from the other room with the werewolves in it, you have that. The scroll
Yeah.
that was in this room that discussed
put
how
on
to
the beholder's
create
body
these
and burned it.
creatures was placed on the beholder and also burned with it. That is correct.
Yeah, but the full book, I picked that up before anyone else got a.
Yes, the book from the other room you got. That is
No,
correct.
there was another book in here too.
There was
There
another
was
one
a
in
book
here?
and a scroll. Yeah.
There was. Yes.
Yeah, there was a
okay.
book and a
yes.
scroll.
So you do have those
They
two
burned the
books.
scroll. Yeah,
Okay.
I took the book because I wanted to make sure I knew I could find anything of use in there, or at the very least, figure out how to destroy these things better.
Good. Well, you have the books. You're in that particular case, so that's good. So what do you guys get up to?
As I said, do we everyone good with moving south and going up the stairs, or do we want to go somewhere else?
Snack would like to find the people in charge here and remove them from this plane of existence.
Snack wants to speak to your manager.
After Dracular has had a second to scream into his hands that he's still fucking alive. Yeah, he was good to go with that plan.
I do believe this side of the building is where their manor lord is.
Hmm.
All right. So you guys move over to the stairs there. And you, I imagine, like, using a number of your techniques, you, like, silently open the door and then make your way up those stairs. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Talon
We
goes
don't want to
first.
go up.
Talon or
We don't want to go up the
Caleb?
other stairs because we know there's like a vampire mistress up that way.
Mostly innocent
the other
servants
side.
that way.
MB, can you move your thing?
And we're
Oh.
changing floors anyway, so it's not gonna matter.
And
Yep.
if they can't, let me know, please, and I will.
Yeah.
And I'll do that for you.
Everything's black.
All right. Yes.
okay, I see
Lots of
what's
things are
happening.
black because you haven't seen them yet, and I am about to
Oops.
reveal those spaces to you.
Yeah, because
Sorry
we didn't
about
go
the
up the same
delay.
stairs we came down.
I'm just.
All I
Moving some
see is
things around.
absolute horror.
We can move over here for now, but this isn't where we came up, I don't think. Yeah, I was gonna say.
So there you are. Yeah. So if you guys want to position yourselves in the room there, I will
Little stairwell?
assist. Oh, you got it. Okay, good. Boop. There we go.
Yeah, I can
Bam.
move. I got.
All right. So,
I'd like to roll perception to get a better idea what's past the door.
yeah, roll me some perception.
I know nothing.
It's quiet. Like you strain what is your hearing senses against the door itself, and it's silent. Like you're not picking up anything from the other side.
It doesn't always work so well. I mean, you only have holes where your ears used to be.
How about I have a go at it?
Go for it. Okay. With a 19, it is strangely quiet. You do hear, you're not necessarily sure from where, but you do hear in the distance there is some discussion. You hear a few people talking sort of errantly, but other than that, that's about it.
Oh.
Talrand opens the door.
All right.
Clarification, Doc. Has it been an hour since we entered this whole building?
Sure.
Okay.
All right. So, moving into the
Oh,
next
sorry, it
area.
has been an hour.
Yeah.
Okay, I recast. Turn friend. Pass without. Before actively recasting.
Got to recast that sneak magic.
Yeah. Pass without a trace again?
Pass without a trace. So that does give everybody who stays within 30 feet of you an extra 10 to their stealth checks.
Noise.
Now,
And
again,
I'm
if you're
doing
moving
that
all as
for
a
Dracula.
group, then, again, if you're moving as a big group, then the person who has the least save for making the stealth check, that person makes the roll, and then you guys all move on that, effectively, because you're only as quiet as your loudest member.
Yep.
Just a little homebrew
I'm the
thing we decided to
problematic
put
one.
together because we don't want the action economy working against you guys, because even if everybody's got, like, 20-something in stealth, potentially, if 5 people are rolling for every time they move or do something, then eventually someone's going to roll a 1. And goof it. So it's like inverse action economy. Like, it will work against you.
Especially with both me and Alloy in the party, because, like, I may not have disadvantage like he does, but I still have a flat 0.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, no, sorry, flat 1.
That plus 10 is really to set the bar at functional across the board, unless if somebody has a disadvantage, at which point they remain a problem.
Well, no, because even if you rolled like a 1 or 2, you still technically have 11 or 12 on stealth.
All right, so
because skill checks don't have critical fails.
Now, Snick, you cast that on Drakir?
Yeah, he's the one who's got the other band.
The warding bond?
Yeah.
All right.
That is a good point, Doc. Do you crit fail and success on skill checks?
For skill checks, yes, to an extent. That, like, even if you have huge bonuses, you can still fuck it up, so that does still happen. But there is obviously, like, a threshold there within reason. Additionally, if you crit success, that does not mean you get to jump to the moon. It does not auto-success whatever action you are doing. It auto-successes within reason.
My favorite example for this, Doc, is where it's like, you try to convince the king that you are the rightful ruler. Now, you're not going to succeed. There is no roll you can make that will make you succeed. But the difference between a 20 and a 1 is 20 is he thinks your joke is funny, 1 is he has you beheaded.
Yeah. It's just like, I want to be the king now. I'm going to roll to convince him that. Like, I'm going to roll persuasion. And you go, okay. And they're like, oh, I rolled a natural 20. So he gives me his crown and his kingdom now. Because it's an automatic success. And I just
he
just
just
do
thinks it's
whatever.
funny.
It's like, no, he just thinks you're funny, and we move along. Like, the first time I heard of that was a bunch of my friends were playing Star Wars D&D, like, back when I was in high school, and they were like, yeah, and this, like, Death Star-esque space station is crashing into a planet that you're standing on. And he goes, I rolled a dodge. And he's like, you dodge a moon crashing into a planet? He's like, yeah. And then he rolls, he's like, oh, I got 20. I dodged the moon.
It's like, no, you don't.
And he's like, no, I rolled a 20. I succeed. I dodged the fucking moon. No, I rolled a 20. And they were like, all right, this game's over now. Like, we're not doing this. All right, it's done. Like,
that 20 means you dodged 1 piece of debris.
You live for an extra 5 seconds.
Congratulations, you have gotten out of the first 5 meters of ground zero.
Yeah.
Roll 3,000 more.
The blast
PE.
wave catches your body and throws you a super far distance, but then the heat wave catches up and you are vaporized. Like,
yeah.
It's like, you don't make it, dude. Shush. So yeah, like, crit successes and failures on skill checks do obviously affect those skill checks within reason.
Yeah, it's like, if you have a plus 20 to stealth and roll a 1, you still have a 21 to stealth.
Yeah, it's like, if you got a plus 20 to stealth and you roll a 1, you make a sound. In my books, it's like you still goofed it, because even Chef Ramsay makes bad meals sometimes. It just happens.
So you do you do go with critical failures.
Yeah,
I do
no
go with
crit
critical
success.
failures within reason. So, like, a person who's got a plus 20 who rolls a 1, and a person who has a plus 0 who rolls a 1 will have vastly different outcomes. But they will both still be failures within degree.
It's just like the person who has a 20 and they rolled a natural 1. It's a case of they kicked something. They're still hard to find, but the person just knows their general area.
Yeah. Like, they may have made, like, a small noise, and then depending on if anyone's close enough by to hear it, then, like, there's a detection, and we'll see what happens after that. But
whereas Alloy trips up a set of stairs.
yeah, like, whereas if Alloy trips, then he sounds like a china cabinet falling down a mountain. So
Everyone knows exactly where he is.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
All right. So,
peering into the doors we're nearby.
moving up to that door there, as, like, I'm just gonna, do you want to try, like, a new perception?
Yes.
Okay. I'll let you roll another one instead of carrying the 8. Yes, that's a 19. So, with the 19, like, walking up to that door, it is deadly quiet. You don't hear anything from the other side, and it appears as though there is like only a small faint light coming from the room.
Do we crack open the door?
If I don't hear anything with that, I try to stealthily crack open the door.
Okay. All right, so moving to that space there, slowly you grab a hold of the door and creak it open. On the other side of the door is a simple peasant's quarters. There is a candle sitting on the little table there that is lit, and a woman dressed in the same peasant garb that you found, or rather servant's peasantry garb that you found in the basement in many copies. You see down there, she's wearing that outfit, the same outfit as what you've seen there, and she's just silently sitting on the bed. She doesn't move.
Close the door.
Sorry.
Two backwards. Close the door.
From what you can see, at least, when you like creak the door open and look in, she doesn't notice you.
I close the door.
Awesome.
Does the door have a lock?
It does not.
I'm
Buggery.
not too worried. I'm not too worried about the servants at this point.
But yeah. She was just sitting there. She looked to be in pretty rough shape. And didn't notice you as you like opened the door very quietly and peeked in.
Like, what kind of rough shape? Like, just emaciated and poorly treated kind of rough shape?
Yeah.
Or like she just got a beat down, rough shape.
She does not appear, at least from looking at her, she doesn't seem to show any signs of physical trauma. But she looked extremely tired and harrowing, I think is a word that could be used to describe her demeanor. In the sense that she looked like she'd just been through a Trump presidency. Like she was looking pretty exhausted. There's like big bags under her eyes. She's just sitting there like quietly, almost just vacant as a person.
She has that 1,000-yard stare.
Yeah, that 1,000-yard stare right into the floor.
Other than apparently having had an atrocity committed upon them as a person, which is kind of this entire mansion. Nothing standing out, though?
No, she doesn't appear like the clothes that she's wearing, despite their simple manufacturing, are clean. She appears to be perfectly clean and well kept. You can see that her fingernails are actually like cut and cleaned. And like, you know, she's washed recently. But she just looks burnt as a person on the inside.
I assume from my angle I didn't get a good look at her when the door was cracked.
Hey, roll perception if you want.
Crack, you're now able to see around corners.
You could lean. Now with
No,
that, you didn't see
I
shit.
did not.
You
I was
waited. You waited for Talrand to look. You didn't want to look in there. You've seen enough of this building.
Turns around. One
This building sucks.
emaciated servant woman, as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
Beyond that, it was just a quarters for them, as far as I could see.
Yeah. It appears to be just like a servant's quarters. Which, I mean, it's just servant's quarters.
Unless God is a prick about hiding things in places that seem very plain, we should probably just leave the poor woman alone.
And now they'll never find the MacGuffin.
I've had a GM who did that.
Well, here's the thing. There are going to be important things that you might miss. There may even be important things you have already missed. If they are absolutely detrimental to your survival, I'm not going to pull a Final Fantasy VIII and be like, yeah, if you didn't draw that one summon magic off that one boss 5 fucking discs ago, you don't get to beat the game.
Right?
Like, I'm not going to do that. That is horrendously shitty to me.
Yep.
But horrendously
DMs
and
do that.
heinously.
Nice.
So I'm not gonna do that, but you do possess the ability to miss things.
I'm okay with missing things.
Yeah,
But in
investigation
this
comes
case-
with its own risks and rewards. Like that's what stuff is.
Yes, like in this
I
case,
triggered Tonberry in the chat.
honestly, I said I've had a DM that did that. I've had a DM who felt the need to go. Yes, there was the plot relevant MacGuffin hidden in the bushes behind the signpost that you ran into. Was there any indication that it was there? No. Why would we have looked there? Well, I was describing the scene. We just got one of our characters got killed because we didn't have that MacGuffin. Well, that's your fault. Fuck off.
Yeah.
The-
That's how you lose players.
Yeah, so a little bit of PTSD that I don't think you're the kind of person that does that sort of bullshit.
No, I would not be like, oh yeah, by the way, you missed this one thing, ergo, like, you don't get to finish the game. Like, no, I'm not gonna be like that. That's shitty. I don't want to be I don't want to be a shitty DM. I don't get off on being a shitty DM like other DMs might.
But now we can't 100% this run. We have to start over.
Start over.
Like us missing a MacGuffin that you placed and us facing the consequences for that. That's not what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
If it'd be like, this is a perfect example. If in that room the woman was had a MacGuffin that allowed us to kill a vampire later, that like the big boss vampire later.
Mm-hmm.
Like that would be kind of a jerk move because it's just a normal peasant woman in her quiet quarters that is the same as all the other peasant women we've run into here.
Yeah, why would she have something? That's a very good question. Why would she have something that could help you kill vampires?
The way you say that makes me I hate you right now.
Quad apply beat stick knockout.
I'm sorry.
Well, there's theoretical reasons we could ask her. We could ask her things like, "Where's your boss? Does your boss do anything?
Where does he
where
keep
the
his
things-"
fucking coffin? Shit like that. Like,
Yes, but there's also most likely chances that she's not gonna fucking know.
Yeah.
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
Oh. Sorry, I'm not gonna say whether or not that is true, but I just wanted to say it like that, just to be like, shut
I
up.
I hate you.
Yeah, why? That is a very good question. Why would she have something that would help you kill the vampires in the manor? Oh my god!
Woof.
I'm really wait. Was that sarcasm? I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I was just joshing you. It's totally cool. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Like, I don't want to tell you that wasn't, like, an important place to be, but, like, I'm not going to fuck with you and put important things in nonsensical places, or if I do put them somewhere relatively nonsensical, I'm not going to have it be something that could potentially wipe your fucking party.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
It
It was a funny joke.
You guys
but-
could die. Anyways, you did just fight a zombie beholder
That we didn't have
that you
to.
didn't have to
Yeah.
fight, by the way. Like,
After finding a family member
I'm in
that we
danger.
didn't have to find, we didn't go there. There's lots of optional shit.
yeah,
We just tend to do
that was
it.
an optional mid-boss. It was very hard. It had an option to destroy one of you.
I can
We
take
did
it.
it anyway.
and we were very lucky that Kaldaka removed the control spells.
Yeah, but that still costs us because now I don't have the spell slot. So
You do not
it-
have that spell slot, but you
balances out.
did.
was a
And
lot-
you got to see ahead of time that thing did in fact have a fucking disintegration beam out of its huge eye, and dissolved like 2 people that were trying to get control of it.
rather than
I
learning
thi-
that when it targeted one of us.
Yeah.
It was well. That spell slot was well used.
Yeah.
That was not a waste.
Smart
No.
move.
But let's keep going.
All right, so you move up to this next door. Are you guys moving stealthily as you move around?
Yes.
All right,
Yeah.
Quad.
Yeah.
Roll a stealth check.
Right.
Because if
I
you're
already
moving
rolled
as a
up in that
group
first
and you're moving
natural
stealthily, then you roll the stealth check and you add 10.
Yibs. Felt like I moved up.
And was it be -5 for my disadvantage? Is that what we
No,
agreed
no,
on,
you
or
roll disadvantage.
got it?
You roll twice and take the lowest.
Yeah, you just roll disadvantage. I know some people, instead of doing disadvantage, they'll try to do whatever else. So 14 on stealth. So the group is moving relatively quietly. Occasionally, though, every now and then, there's a clank. But yeah, like you guys are, thankfully, with the assistance of Talron's spell, you guys are moving quietly, and things are going well.
Peering through this door,
Mm-hmm.
or trying to detect beyond this door.
You don't hear anything. Seems to be really quiet on the other side of that door.
Slightly creaking open this door.
Yeah. In the distance, I'm gonna say again, like way in the distance, you do still hear like some talking, but it's nowhere near where you are right now. Creaking the door open, you do see this, and I'm just in stages going to reveal this little area here because
Doc is not a fan of the polygon tool.
Because grids suck.
well, no, because like the reveal areas tool only works in squares.
There's a polygon tool.
Is there? Fuck, there is. Whatever. Shut up.
And Doc finally learned something that he wished he knew sooner.
I'm sorry, I was only reminded recently because
No, that's fine. I actually don't care. It's whatever.
Oh, hey, it's a cutie.
Oh, there's a cutie in the chat.
A cutie.
Hello.
A cutie.
And our resident D&D artist friend.
It's our resident D&D friend. Hello. Here, I'm just gonna. You know what? I'm gonna try using the polygon reveal. What does that do for? Yeah, if I can just like.
You want
go
to try that on a
like
different
that.
screen before you do it on this one?
Ding. There we go. It sort of worked. Let's just. Bam. Why not? All right. I'm so glad I know that. Now I can do that and be like, this is the exact dimensions of the reveal that I'm going to give you instead of some other weird bullshit. So yeah, you guys find yourself in what appears to be some kind of antechamber. This area specifically, you see there's a door to the north, there's another pair of doors that go back to the west, and another 2 doors that go to the east. As you move into this area, both Talrand and Caleb, you guys with your 19 perceptions I'm going to let you carry, you hear some distant talking coming from that direction. There's some casual and quiet conversation sort of coming from that way.
I go up to the door and have myself a little bit of listening.
Kara, don't take Mercenary Pen's job like that out of the chat with your puns.
Oh, Cannon.
Who was it older that earlier that said Talon wants to become a bee holder?
Yeah, I think that was Mercenary. Or was that Kara again? But. Like, no!
No, it's like it's like a.
This is Mercenary Pen's job, and we hate him for it. It's just like.
No. It's like a competitive brand. You have Mercenary Pen's puns, and then you have Kara's puns. It's like McDonald's and Burger King, except their puns don't give you gastric distress.
They give you mental distress instead.
Yeah,
Exactly,
it just
thank
shaves years off my life. All right, so moving up to this door here, you do hear that there is a little bit of distant conversation coming from the other side, but you can't quite make it out. It appears to be very casual, though, by its tone.
Do I want to peek?
Talon gives you a short little nod, says, "Go ahead, peek in."
All right, I'm gonna do a little bit of a peek-see there.
I'm
Okay.
peeking.
I'm peeking. Right. Let me.
Pennies. All right.
So, creaking open the door lightly, you find that there's another small room on the inside. And as you peek into the room there, and hooray for the polygon reveal tool, but I forgot to get a little bit further down on the bottom there, so you can see there's a door that goes to the south, and there are two doors that go to the north into the large, round-shaped, sort of towered structure of the Manor Waycrest. And from the other side of that door is where you hear the conversation coming from. It appears to be between two people. Excuse me.
Wait, why?
What?
Okay, so the room's empty of people?
Yeah, the conversation come from here. Or here. Here.
Into the blackness in the big suspicious circle to the north again.
People are talking without the lights on.
And on this floor, we find another mid-boss.
I would like to remind you, we know that this tower leads up to where the big boss of the manor is, Lord.
We know that the Lord's stuff is in this tower, and he is potentially in here, which is why we're here. We can probably continue searching the building as things go on. Like, running into him is not necessarily the end point.
The question is, are we ready to take him on?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we don't know what's here. Is it a couple of guys standing over the Lord's coffin going, "We defend the coffin. We defend the coffin." Hey, Bob, I'm sick on being defend the coffin duty. Yeah, but we're immortal undead vampires. We're just staying here all day, so whatever. What are we going to do?
Is it the actual vampire? Is it three kobolds in a trench coat pretending to be a vampire? Who knows? Let's find out.
I certainly won't tell you. Oh, yes. There is also, and I apologize.
Starscream, why are you here?
Starscream, what are you doing here? You failed me for the last time. What's going on? There's also a door on the eastern side of this area. I forgot to mention that. I apologize. But yeah, so you find yourselves in this area, doors to the south, east, and north. And Dennis.
So, what do we hear from the doors to the north?
Again, it appears to be some distant conversation. You can't quite make it out, but by its tone, appears to be casual.
These guys really carry their conversation, but the doors do a fantastic job of muffling it.
Well, I mean, like, at least from my personal experience, like, you can hear people talking from a long ways away. Understanding what they're saying requires you to kind of be close to them.
Wait.
I was going to say, maybe it's like in a soundproof room and they're just shouting.
So, do we try? We want to try peeking a look in.
Taking another peek-see in there.
Do you guys want to roll another stealth for this one?
Is there any space between the bottom of the door and stone? Like, is there any way to see around the door without opening it?
There is a small crack, obviously, between the bottom of the sort of like regal and ornate wooden doors and the marble flooring, but it's a very small crack. Like, the building has obviously been crafted masterfully, and it's not something that is immediately visible in that sense.
Okay. If I'm doing it, I would like to do a stealth check.
You want to just, like, everybody else hang on to that 14, and you're going to try to do a better one?
Yeah, I'm going to try stealthily open the door.
Okay.
Roll
me a stealth check.
Unless if I roll not one, I cannot do worse. 22.
All right, so quietly, carefully, you open the door. And I'm just gonna fucking reveal big old swaths of this space here. There we go. Blam, blam. And then also blam, blam. Thank you, ma'am.
Is that the same mistress we saw earlier?
So it is not. What you see in this room is there is a big pair of stairs that go up to the next floor. Centered in the room is a massive statue of a humanoid figure holding a large vase above their head. You notice that on one side of the room over there on the left, as well as over on the right, there are a number of canvases that have been sort of placed about. Some of them have paintings of figures on them, others do not. You see on the opposite end of the room, there is a cloaked figure, whom you can kind of see just past the statue, who is painting on an easel. Floating just behind the easel, as apparently this artist's muse is a woman who appears to be floating off of the ground. A thin, admittedly very revealing nightgown that she is wearing appears to also be floating around her, as though both her and her garment are underwater.
Banshee. Got it.
No, she's not a banshee.
One moment. I'll be right back.
She just appears to be floating.
Are they talking to each other?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
The conversation appears to be distant, but as I've said, casual. Every now and then you catch a few words from where you are with a 19 perception. From this, again, hearing someone talk from almost 100 feet away is a different thing. But the being as the two of them are the only people that are in the building right now, you hear their voices sort of echoing around this chamber. The conversation appears to be casual goings on, things about oh, did you know that Lord Pennyweather the other day brought in that new hat? It's oh, dreadful thing. Oh, goodness. Are you getting my good side? Oh, of course, mistress, of course. And he continues painting on the large easel that's there. A large mixture of colors, and for all it's worth, the painting's actually pretty good.
I closed the door. Turn to my friends and say, okay, so we've got a cultist and a vampire or something pulling a Titanic painting scene, and we should leave them alone for now, as far as I can tell.
Okay, that's all well and good, Talrin. Just one problem.
Yeah?
The hell's the Titanic?
Fuck's the Titanic?
It's a story of an old boat. I guess it didn't survive onto this era. I guess it's a little bit of a century and a half old story now. Boat that was supposedly unsinkable.
Good, if we come across it, I'll steal it. All right, let's go.
I don't think we want this one, no.
No. Titanic wasn't a keeper.
Okay. This door. Because I'm suspicious of small corridors.
All right. Moving to the door that is over to that side there, now moving to that, what you find, creaking that open just a wee bit and having yourself a little gander out, reveals a balcony. With, again, another door just to the south there. Because I gotta switch that tool. Bam. So once again, there's another door there. But you find yourself on a balcony that has sort of a chest-high wall and then a small drop down into the shrubs and bushes out to the manor grounds. Now, looking around, though, you do see the imposing stone walls of the exterior of the Manor Waycrest, and you find that the stone walls behind you, or at least in the structure that you're standing, go up another 2 floors, but then the tower goes up 1 more floor than that. So you're on the 1st floor here. It appears as though this building has 3 floors, and then so you're on the 1st floor, there's 2 floors above you, and then the manor tower goes up a 3rd floor. 4 floors.
I have returned, but my mic will be off, so you do not hear me consuming my dinner.
Okay.
No.
All right, I am gonna want to listen to what's going on in this here door that I'm at here.
Okay. Moving up to the door there. Do you want to carry the 14 stealth, or do you want to try to roll separately? Each stealth rolled separately.
Oh, I'm still within decent distance of tower. Yeah, I'll go for an individual stealth.
Okay. Roll it up.
All right. 32.
Nice.
Okay, good. Good.
I don't like that.
Well,
You say good. I
yes,
don't
I do.
like that.
You, silent as the fucking grave, turn the door handle, creak it open a little bit, and peek one of your eyes in. You see, on the inside, a beautiful room. There is all manner of lavish furniture and a large stone hearth to the one side there. You also see there's a large bed with posts and drapes and everything on it. It's very fancy, though obviously it looks like it hasn't been slept in a while. Sitting at a vanity table over in the corner appears to be another woman with sort of wispy clothing. And once again, as she sits in the chair, you notice that she almost hovers about 1.5 inches above the seat. And her hair and her clothes appear to float around her as though she is underwater. And she is looking at herself in the mirror, turning her face one side to the other, and patting on some form of makeup. A foundation.
Okay, I was gonna ask if there's a reflection of her in the mirror, but I'm guessing that there is, because there's makeup.
Roll me perception.
She could be looking at the makeup to make sure there's no gaps. It doesn't necessarily mean she can see your skin.
Perception is here. Oh,
fuck.
Damn.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a
goddamn.
Good.
You do see that the mirror appears to be of a certain make. The mirror itself appears to be a sheet of polished silver that has been enchanted in some fashion or another, because indeed she does have a reflection. And the makeup that she is attempting to apply is of like darker, sort of rosier, fleshier tones than clearly the pallid skin that is underneath.
Okay, I'm just gonna close the door quietly as possible and just turn to the others and nothing interesting in there.
Well then.
Still, keep it the fuck down. Okay.
Yeah, Clay. In this particular universe, I'm going to decide that, yeah, vampires don't show up in mirrors, but clearly vampires, being of an extraordinarily ostentatious and vain nature, would find a way around that. So, like, having magical enchanted surfaces to allow them to see themselves is certainly a thing. It's basically like a scrying mirror, but it's scrying their room.
It's like using a phone camera as a mirror rather than an actual mirror.
It is exactly that, yes. It is the magical version of using a phone camera instead of an actual mirror, because they don't show up on mirrors. So yeah.
Alright. So, that being said, just gonna go to about here. Okay, so we know what's to the north, we know what's to the south. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I'm more curious about the rest of the place before we cause a ruckus. Keep exploring?
Assuming we haven't already caused a ruckus.
Well, a bigger ruckus than what we already have caused.
Very good.
I take it there's
Talon moving
trouble.
his character all the way over there was just like... he just like zips.
I take it there is trouble in that room then.
Drakiar, we're in the middle of enemy territory in a giant mansion that, for all we know, is actually inside of a giant toad. There's always going to be trouble.
Not necessarily. There could be rooms that are empty.
Sneck thinks that perhaps we check the nearest doors in the next rooms, and then we go up where we saw the person painting, because we know that the person who is responsible for all of this that needs to die is in that direction, or so we've been told at least. And the longer we look around and find other things to have to contend with, the lower our resources get, and the harder that becomes.
See, that's a good line of thinking. That's an excellent line of thinking. That being said, I do have one complaint. Why didn't I think of it hours ago?
Because we
followed you guys.
We went into the dungeon first, hoping to find his coffin, because we need to find that. I don't think we are capable of taking a full vampire.
Fine, we'll cut one in half and we'll take on both of them and we'll
I
win.
can
All
take
right.
him.
Aloy is just quietly like, I bet I could kill a vampire.
Speaking out of character, I believe entirely that we're not actually fighting the Lord. We're just getting information on him and then setting the the monster hunters after the fucking vampire Lord, because we are not high enough level to be fighting that thing.
No.
Talon, from his experience, will be saying, we are not capable of taking a vampire at this point in time.
Nope.
We are not, listen to me, look, we are not capable of taking a vampire right now.
However,
If we tried, I can tell you, Caleb's getting dominated first thing and then turned against us again.
What?
let's
Most of us will be dominated and turned against the rest.
vampires are ass to deal with, and if we keep exploring, we might find ways to deal with them. So let's do that.
Yes, because vampires are famous for keeping poison for themselves on them.
They're actually surprisingly incompetent when it comes to that, to an extent. I mean, they're pompous motherfuckers. And they also have to keep their coffins nearby, which is technically a poison to them, sort of.
In a manner speaking, yes.
So, if we find coffins, I have jars of napalm.
Oh.
True.
Oh.
Talon just walks into a room, sees a bunch of coffins, just enemy spotted.
And the vampires go, aha, you walked into our... Deploy the napalm. Deploy the what? Please no.
I'm very tired. Rush me!
You walked directly into our deployed napalm. Wait, what now?
FBI, open up! Just bursts in. Yes! Oh, thank you.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh man.
I grabbed that clip for a reason.
So,
Nice.
All right, so you move.
Terrorists.
You move over to that door, and you quietly open her up. Does everybody else? Do you guys move with him
No.
to maintain that 30-foot?
Watch how fast I can move.
Yep.
All right.
Yes.
Everybody's
Yeah.
moving into this other room over here to get up to stack on that door. Stack that door. Breach.
Flashbang through the door.
Flashbang through the door. Go, go, go.
Deploy the doom stack.
Center mass. God damn it. All right. Quad. Roll me
Hi.
a stealth check.
Oh, right.
Because y'all are moving together, but you're going to roll me a stealth check with disadvantage and add 10.
Yeah.
13. So not much worse than where you were. But yeah, you guys, as a rabble of different people, some of you moving quieter than others, make your way into the next room and trundle up to this door here. Peeking through the door, you don't really hear anything, but you do... You do get like the sense of fresher air. Like, I want to say smell, but you don't have a nose.
I creak open the door stealthily.
Oh, okay, cutie. I'll take a sip. Deb.
All right, so stealthily, you open this here door, and it reveals it's an empty room. You see
My God.
It's a series of couches, and then you see on the other side of some very ornate glass doors, there are another series of benches out on a balcony that go into some shrubbery down about 5 or 6 feet.
They really like rooms in here.
You
that
must
have
find me a shrubbery.
Shrubbery?
And there's Estabane, give me a fucking doctor's appointment. All right.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Alright, gonna go here.
Gonna go there. Okay.
Gonna go here.
All right. Let me catch up with you here. Zip, 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 zip. All right. So moving down to that door. You gonna attempt to open said door?
Yeah, I will.
Stealthily.
That's gonna be a stealth. No, not a sleight of hand, a stealth. Both the same, but both. No, they are the same, right? Anyway, bam.
All right. Jesus
31.
Christ. So with 31 in stealth, very quietly, you move up and open the door, and you find another leisure room. There are a series of couches and different things. There is a cold hearth over in the one corner, and another glass door that leads to a balcony that is about 5 or 6 feet up from the ground. That leads into that back area that you guys saw earlier once you first entered this place, like back in November. October rather of last year. So yeah, you find this like another relatively like empty party room.
Pop over.
Seems to
and-
be unused, at least for the time being. Popping over to that door there.
I'm just gonna
you just
quietly
want to like
close
creak it open and have a look.
That's the one.
All right, so
Just gonna quietly close the door. How many fucking couches do these people need?
They're vampires, all of them.
Rich people.
All the
You can imagine they have a lot of parties here, and as they are currently within the Hunter's Moon, they are, at least at this particular moment, for all intents and purposes, occupied elsewhere. At least most of them are. And
No
creaking
one
the
is
door
currently
open, though,
hosting.
you find just a connecting hallway.
Wow.
Nothing.
But hey, look on the bright side.
It's either
All
the
these
land of
couches-
make-believe or it's fucking, what's his face from Legend of Zelda when you sell him bugs? Beetle.
Oh, Beetle.
Oh,
What do I see through this door?
Thank you. Moving up to that door there.
There's way too many ostriches.
Let's see here.
I mean, all this fancy furniture just means this place is a lot more flammable.
This place is certainly a lot more flammable than one would give it credit.
We're gonna
But
call that Plan B.
is what it is. What it is.
We are Team B. We don't have a plan A, so
Then it's Plan C.
No, it's Plan F. F as in foof.
nice. That does raise a question. Like all of the walls around me are stone, but what's the ceiling? Is it made of-
Also stone,
Okay.
because it goes up to other floors.
Well-
It is, and yes, it's not one of those structures that's like stone on the outside, but all the floors and everything on the inside are made of wood. No, it's all marble flooring on the
Get-
inside
it
here.
gets-
And
Real hard to engineer stone floors once you start getting enough built up.
yeah, once you get beyond certain elevations, like brick and mortar and stuff, really stop working. At least to an extent.
Like unless you can do it, but you have to have the structure for it somewhere, which is why a lot of like stone walls and then wooden floors, because stone walls can be built on top of each other, and wooden floors are just beams and wood kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Right,
But
so
if they are,
moving into this area and silently, stealthily, having a peek at the door here. Oh, nope, that is make darkness. I want to reveal areas. I never chose darkness, but here it is telling me darkness anyways. Creaking open the door
Double
very
darkness.
quietly. Do you want to roll like a separate stealth for that?
sure.
Roll me some stealth. See what you got. Show me some 24.
24.
Dope. Getting up to the door quietly, creaking it open just a little bit, you see another room with an altar on the far side. Once again, you see like an obsidian skull placed in the center of the altar. A couple of cultists stand praying with their undead thralls standing in the middle area of the room. But instead of looking towards you at the door, they appear to be facing towards the cultists and their altar.
Ha.
Hmm.
We could probably take these guys pretty easily. Unlike the vampires that have been loitering
Do we
around.
have to?
Snack, there's an obsidian skull on an altar up there. Boosh! Ah!
I ask
Say-
as a player, not
Hey,
as a character.
hey,
Do we
Snack,
have to?
There's another obsidian skull on that altar. Enemy spotted. Bursting in the door.
yeah.
Snick, there's another obsidian skull on that altar. Dang it.
There you go. You gotta have it ready before you make the joke.
Talron's not
Yeah.
exactly religious about it, but he doesn't like these people. These the cult fanatics or whatever the fanatics we're running into here
Mhm.
are not strong. They go down pretty easily.
I'm going to point out at this point that you have not yet told Snack there is a smashable skull of demon worship thing of soul trapped inside of it in there yet.
I know.
Here's the thing. I've gotten to the point where I'm not out of spells, but I want to save what spell slots I have left for bosses.
As a player,
You may want
I
to be
agree.
careful.
As Snack, you have not told me there's what's in the room yet.
Yeah,
We may want
I'm sorry, what was that, Ally?
we may want to be careful of enemies in other rooms that might hear us.
On that note, what's here?
Talron quietly closes the door and walks away.
It's just like nothing in there. Turns,
Nothing.
leaves. Okay, so moving to this other area here. Sorry, I'm just.
I do
Double-checking
say
to
that
make sure
there's a
I've
couple
got it in
cultists in there, but I do not mention the altar.
Mm-hmm. Hold on a second. Sorry. Just want to make sure I've got everything in order.
I swear, is this a manor or a fucking church?
Yes.
Yes.
Like, yes. That is pretty much how it goes.
Although everyone answered that at the same time.
So yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, so you move up to that door. And I imagine you're going to stealthily give her an open.
I believe Caleb was, yeah.
Yeah, Caleb on that one. Caleb, I'll let you carry your 31 for now.
Okay.
And yeah, so moving up to that door, you hear hushed voices talking inside.
Hushed voices, huh?
They appear to be panicked, almost afraid.
Panicked, almost afraid. All right, I'm going to take a quick peek here.
Little peekaroonie.
Yep.
Peeking in, you see that there are, in fact, two of the servants wearing the same sort of pressed, clean servant garb that you saw in the crates downstairs. The two of them are standing in the room, holding each other's hands. They're very quietly speaking with each other. They look similarly cleaned, but also very harrowed and haggard and tired to the woman that was in the other room. The servants' quarters that are in here or rather, they're not standing within servants' quarters. These rooms here appear to be the quarters that the cultists might stay in. You see that there's a spare set of robes on one of the beds.
Can I make out what they're saying?
Yeah. The gentleman that's there appears to be very distressed. He keeps shaking his head, and the woman who's holding his hands is like, "It's okay. We're gonna find a way out of this. That like it wears off after a certain amount of time. We just have to make sure that we get ready, and that when it wears off, we're ready to move when it happens, and we can get out of here. And I know that the moon doesn't last forever, and we can get clear of this place. Maybe we can find someone to take us in, and we can get just away from all of this."
Can I see them from my position?
Sure. Well, no, roll me perception, because he's peeking through the door quietly.
Nope.
No. You hear talking as he's opened the door a little bit, but it's hard to tell what.
Alright, I'm just gonna close the door a little bit and just talk to the others. Alright, there are 2 in there. Servants. They seem a little bit stressed. They're waiting for the moon to wear off so they can make a break for it. Should we just leave them?
We can't help them right now. They'd be a liability.
Yeah, so we'll just leave them.
Perhaps
And our
they can-
appearance may just freak them out.
Yeah.
Your appearance may freak them out.
Perhaps they can give us some information on what's going on in this manor.
Caleb, what's your charisma? How convincing does Talrand find Caleb most of the times he tries to convince somebody of things?
Of all the times you've tried to see Caleb attempt to convince people of things, he's not been great at it. But that's not to say that he does not lack charisma. For all of the time that you've been traveling with Caleb, you know him to be a pretty charismatic guy. He just fubs his words sometimes, or rather hasn't really had the opportunity to really shine in that regard.
Talrand takes his hunter medallion, tosses it to Caleb, and says, "Can you go in and convince them to try and tell us that we're hunters looking for we're trying to shut down this moon, trying to see if they know anything."
Gutsy. I like it. Alright, he just puts the medallion on, tucks it under his shirt. Here it goes. And,
Wait. Like, I'm going to put on my minor illusion disguise to make myself look human and go in there with him.
what?
I got a charisma of +4, and I'm actually proficient in persuasion. I'm
One
just an
person
emergency
would scare
backup.
them less.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, do you tell him that?
Because one person would
Yeah,
scare
yeah.
them less.
Yeah, I say I want to go help as backup in case things go south.
We're all outside the door in case things go south. Don't worry about it. let Caleb go do roguey things.
It's okay. Are you good with letting Caleb go in there and try to chat these people up? Do you trust your teammate?
Yeah.
I know you haven't had a chance to blow things up in like a hot minute.
Not
But
blow things up. I want to
Don't
use
worry.
I want to use my fucking skills that I'm skilled in.
you will. I mean, you can
So
go in there with them and help out if you want. But as Sneck pointed out, like, one person may scare them less.
All right.
Also, I'm sorry, Drek here. You don't look much like a hunter.
Yeah.
okay.
That's why I'm not going in either.
Now, that being said, Caleb, you are at present, from what I can tell, sans your disguise.
I could just put my hood up.
Hey, Dracure, why don't you cast Minor Illusion on Caleb to make him look human?
Ooh, that could work.
Or I could just bust out the disguise kit and slap on some makeup.
That might take some time.
We could also just have Dracure minor illusion himself to look like a hunter.
Yeah, that could work. What do you guys
All
want to
right.
do?
New plan. Points at Drakiar. All right, you got the magic to look human, right?
Indeed, I do.
Good. Let's go.
All right.
Okay.
So you guys step in the room.
Yep. Just me with my hood up.
Okay.
And me using my minor illusion to make myself look human.
The both of you step into the room. Put yourselves where you would like yourselves to be as you step in. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, as you open the door, quietly step in and close the door behind you. The two servants that are there gasp and turn towards you, both looking very distressed. The gentleman considerably more so, as he, let's see here. He doesn't faint. Okay. He barely manages to maintain consciousness as the two of you step into the room. They say nothing as they are staring at you in abject shock and horror.
All right, turn to Drakiar. Just slight tap on the shoulder. I told you this wasn't the pantry.
Oh, God, you just threw off what I was going to go with.
Nice.
And the gentleman who's there, still like holding his breath, in shock. The woman sort of cranes her eyebrows a little bit in confusion and goes, "Pantry? What do you mean?"
Sorry, we're new here, and oh right, we don't have the guard. Shit. All right, let's.
She like
right, let's be
looks
real.
around. Are you supposed to be here?
By our own volition, yes. You want to chime in at any time? Now's the time.
Do you have the medallion, right?
Yes, I have it.
Show him the medallion.
All right. Well,
Show them the medallion.
all right. Well, in that case, well, yeah, we are supposed to be here in our own little way, and I just showed the medallion.
The gentleman who's there kind of shakes his head and shrugs at it, but the woman, her eyebrows shoot right up. She goes, "Oh, thank the light, you're here. Okay, good. This is good. This is good." And she like takes a step towards you and speaks in a hushed tone, as she's standing there with you and goes, "Right. So, how much have you seen of this place?"
I would say maybe. So is Drakiar what? Maybe 60%, 70%.
We of this floor.
30%.
So you know of the things that are going on here.
Oh yeah.
We've seen what's been going on downstairs in the basement.
The nobles who live here, they are of the Blood Kiss. They have been using their magics on us to keep us in control and to have us work as servants here. They're gathering a lot of resources in the basement. I'm not exactly sure for what. And they're performing some kind of rituals in the tower.
I see. We've seen them creating some greater undead down there.
Indeed. Have you fought such things? If you've seen them, surely you've matched blades with the creatures that they've made.
Oh
You're a
yeah.
hunter, after all,
Mhm.
yes.
Yeah, it was crazy.
We dealt with the zombie. We dealt with one of the abominations they created down there.
Right. Could you, she nervously looks around, looking to the gentleman that's with her, and then back to herself and says, "We need to leave this place. Their magics occasionally wear off on us, but we've nowhere to run. The grounds are patrolled oftentimes, and even then, there's a lot of enchantments around the borders of this, the manor. So leaving isn't as easy as it would seem. But we cannot be here any longer. Most of us have been abducted from the town below."
Do they have to recast said magic on you individually, or does it sort of come and go like the tides?
It depends. Sometimes they will give us commands, and those will last for days at a time. Sometimes they will give us commands, and when we finish the task given, depending on the wording that they've used, it eventually wears off. And we are ourselves for a small amount of time before they come and take us again.
Oh, that is just wrong.
You want to try and check over the magic aura around them?
With a 19 Arcana, like, looking over the two of them, using your sort of sorceress senses with regards to magic, it appears as though the both of them are clean.
Whatever magics they use on you, they're currently completely gone.
And she nods. Yes, it has worn off of the two of us, but we're unsure of how much longer it will be before they come for us again and put us back under their control.
What do you think? Is there some sort of spell or charm or something we can put them on in order to prevent them from being taken again?
If there were, it would be under our friend's clerical magic, not mine.
I see.
Towering through the door. Ask about the coffins.
Oh, yes, of course. We are currently trying...
She, like, looks to the door and goes, are there more of you?
Mm-hmm.
How many of you are there?
Small strike team. I wouldn't worry about it too much. We were able to infiltrate the grounds and have been here for about a month or two. Been here for some time. Mostly we're just scouting out and dealing with any threats that decide to get a little bit too close to us.
You're the lord of this manor. You wouldn't happen to know where his coffin would be.
She shakes her head, almost turning a shade paler than normal at mention of the Lord. And she says, I am unsure. I only know that on the uppermost levels, where we are not allowed to tread, is where they may keep their coffins. The places where they rest are behind lock and key and luxury.
Alright, and just a quick look around the room. Now, safe to say, these quarters, they're not yours, correct?
She shakes her head. No, certainly not. This room here belongs to one of the worshippers of this manor.
Good. Then I have a bit of an idea. There might be something over there, points towards the chest, that we might be able to use. That being said, I'm just gonna take a look at the chest, search for traps, or lock and key, that sort of thing.
Yeah, roll me perception.
Perception is bam.
Bam. Jesus Christ. Yeah. So the 24, there is a simple lock, on the chest itself.
All right.
It doesn't appear to be any traps, though.
All right. I'm gonna use my thieves' tools to open her up.
Yeah. Roll me the. I think it was a dex check that we gave for that.
Okay.
It's dexterity with, what's the word I'm looking for? With proficiency, because you're using your tools, so you can just
basically
you can roll like a stealth check, and we'll just add that. Oh yeah, there you go. Boom. 6. Yeah. So you got your 18. The chest pops open. Looking inside, you can see that there are a mixture of personal effects. Like a journal, you see that there's like a bunch of clothing in there. There is a coin purse containing 102 gold pieces and 5 pieces of platinum. And yeah, just another like just rummaging about. It's just like personal things, mostly. What are you looking for in specific?
I was going to see if there was any sort of trinkets or magical objects in there we might be able to use, but If it's just the journal, that might have some information on it.
You said clothes, so if there's robes in there.
Pockets, right. Alright, I'll,
There is a set
Or
of
are you
cultist
thinking-
robes draped on the bed.
or are you thinking disguise? Like, out of character?
Yeah, I'm out of character. I'm thinking of disguising them and sneaking them out real quick.
Ooh! That'll work.
I'm not sure going out right now would be a good idea because there's no one to escort them past the gates. And we know what's currently rampaging through the streets past the gates.
Right. Fuck.
Yeah, it might not be a good idea.
Well, we could still put them in...
I can just imagine you guys like getting him in the robes and sneaking him out the front of the manor and just being like, all right, and there they go, and they take the robes off. They're like, thank you so much, and they walk through the gates and then just like, just like, it just like flies by and nabs the both of them. Like, dang it, I forgot about the werewolves.
It's a sudden flashback to the Madagascar movie and the duck.
Oh,
Kids
All
with a
right.
hamster and a bald eagle comes in.
alright, I got an idea. We could still
It's
put
like-
them in the... Go ahead.
I just know. I was supposed to make a joke like, they're your relatives. Can you tell them to stop?
Friends of yours? Family, actually.
Yeah, because we all know air genasi and werewolves are fucking related.
Well, it's your uncle down
They
there.
are today.
Yeah, it's my grunkle down there, but that doesn't mean I speak werewolf. I could go pork, pork, heck, pork. That's about it.
Heck.
But I do have an idea.
Ooh.
We put them in the cultist roads, as you said. Then we send them downstairs and try and give them a place to hide. That's pretty much the best option I can come up with right now. Like, they can hide in the clothes, or they can rummage around in the supplies, find a place to hide there. I don't know where specifically, but it's the best I can come up with right now.
They might be able to come up with a pretty relatively safe place to hide, someplace where they know the masters and the other cultists don't usually go.
Okay. Well, in that case,
I mean, he was thinking downstairs because we've cleared that area out.
Yes, but if any of the masters or cultists wander downstairs and go, I'm just going to check in with Bob. Bob's dead. Frank's dead. The Beholder's dead. How did we miss this? Somebody start searching room to room, figuring out who else is dead. Like, what the fuck is going on?
all right. Well, either way, I'm going to take the journal and I'm going to sleight of hand the coin purse.
Yeah, roll me some sleight of hand.
Just see if I can take it without them noticing. Bam. I don't think they noticed, Chief.
Yeah, nobody, they certainly didn't see you. Drakir, do you want to, what's your passive perception?
12.
Yeah, you didn't see that.
It's like flip the numbers around, then you got mine.
All right, so that's 102 gold and 5 platinum, you said?
That is correct. 102 gold pieces and 5 platinum in a little sack.
All right, so
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
and 22 platinum. Okay.
Fuck, man, that's a lot of dough.
And I'm just going to take the journal. Oh, nothing in there I was hoping for. This might prove useful though. And
I asked them, how many vampires are in this manor? Do you have a specific number, or?
She shakes her head. Hard to tell. Could be dozens, maybe more.
can you
Mostly
think
our
of any?
quarters are down here, cleaning and cooking and whatnot for the cultists. And on rare occasions, if we misstep, then we become fuel for their things.
Can you think of anywhere safe where you could hide for the time being?
Well, we were in here. She looks at you, but clearly that's not working
To be fair, we discovered you by accident.
We were searching room to room, so.
Only a matter of time before that turns around. I'm not sure where we could go or how we'd get there. We could continue to stay here if you're hunting the vampires, yes? You're here to kill them?
We're here to deal
As it
with
may,
them.
as it may be, this may just be reconnaissance, and we may have to retreat to call in the full guild to storm the place.
Right.
Although I do have an idea. Just gonna turn to Drakiar. We'd be leaving the same way we came in, right?
I believe so, yes.
Our best option may be to send them down there to send them to our exfiltration point to hide. Then we just come back and get them as we're leaving.
The front door?
The front. Okay, maybe not the front door. No. Oh yeah, that's right. We
came in the front door. Currently,
Yeah.
We just walked up to the place.
The front door is kind of like right there. It's not even
You
that
guys met
far.
that one necromancer and he got away.
currently there's a clear straight line to the front door. Now,
Yes, but that necromancer was a spellcaster.
yeah. Now,
Probably avoid the fucking werewolves.
Cut to necromancer mauled in the street.
they
we're gonna
haven't-
find his body 30 feet out the door.
Well, to be fair, the werewolves haven't been coming onto the estate grounds, right?
Not that we've noticed.
Well, it's not like we can just ask them to hide in the bushes, now can we?
No. But if we tell them to wait until, like, we're here to try and disrupt the moon. So, if first off, we're probably going to be creating a ruckus that will be getting people's attention. So, if they can try to wait here-ish, or perhaps in that first chapel where that one guy was.
Right, because that would be... Then they can put the cultist robes on there and just pretend that they're praying to... Oh, okay.
You know, just have one of them pretending to be a servant, the other one being a cultist. And then just wait until the moon goes away, and then they run out to the front door. And hopefully to safety.
Okay.
The
That
gentleman
could
that's standing in the room with you guys as you guys are discussing plans and stratagem speaks up and says,
If you've been fighting them already, moving through this place unseen, and dealing with them as you have, once they find out what you've been up to, they might try to move through and kill the rest of us, turn us into monsters to fight you.
he shakes.
Just the servants, though?
I can take them.
I like that. I like he's just like, well, if y'all get turned into zombies, I mean, I could still kill you. It's like that's
You know what? We might.
probably
wanna
not his
take a-
concern at the moment, but all right.
I mean, the front. Fuck. We can't.
Snack boats, they just go out the front door because they're probably safer out there than they are in here, even with the damn werewolves.
Outside the front door, there are the werewolves currently. There should be a clear shot between here and the front door. If you think, we'd suggest hiding. Talrind is saying this through the crack in the door. We'd suggest hiding until you get a chance, until the moon is gone, because we plan to shut it down. That's what we're here. We're here to shut down that stupid fucking moon. Hide
The
until that.
woman that's in the room beams at this knowledge.
Hide until that's gone, and then flee for your lives. Some of the area has been cleared out. If they search room to room, unfortunately, there's as you noted, there's nowhere you can hide. But they're going to be hunting for us, and we will be hunting them as well. So the numbers will be sparse.
She snaps her fingers suddenly as an idea comes to her, and she goes, "We could
Hold on. We could hide in the barrels down in the storage area. There's some empty barrels down there. Some that haven't yet filled up with blood. We could just hide in those. If you're here taking care of this business and you're putting an end to this manor, then it's just a matter of us trying to find a place to hide until it's all past.
Well, we do need to get someone from downstairs anyway.
That'd be a good idea. If you can hide down there, we will be through there later. We'll tell you when it's clear.
I'm unsure how you've managed to travel this far through the manor without alerting everyone already, but we'll try to move quietly and maintain our inconspicuous nature as we get down to the basement and hide in and amongst the boxes and things to keep ourselves away. As it is,
The main reason we haven't alerted everyone is mainly some clever trickery.
if you do eventually alert them to your presence, understand that all hell will break loose here. They'll come down on you, and us, and everyone all at once.
We've been to hell and back. Something tells me we can handle it.
I gave it a bad trip review.
She nods over to Caleb and says, "You're a hunter. It's no doubt.
We
I'm
may
sure
be able
you've
to
seen
handle it, but
all manner of things, and you're more than capable of handling this. But I'm no hunter. I have no idea how to handle a situation like this. But all I can say is, be careful where you try to strike this beast."
we will. But it's not just our lives on the line. It seems to be the lives of you servants as well.
It is, she nods. Many of us are kept over in the West Wing, on this floor. On this side is where most of the cultists have their rooms, and on that side is where all the servants' quarters are. You'll find most of them, though, still under the thralls of their masters and lords and ladies.
Yes, we have non-lethally encountered some of them before this. They're the only things we've non-lethally encountered. And there's been a lot of things we've encountered.
Indeed. So, if you are moving to bring an end to this, I don't know.
And the gentleman that's standing in the room there with you guys, still sort of shaking in a mixture of fear and hatred, looks up and with like an almost piercing gaze, looks at Caleb. And he says, "Cut off the head."
It's the only way to do it.
I sure as hell gonna fucking try. That being said, get to your barrels, hide. I would suggest you not go through the west if you don't know the way east.
Thank you, magic door person.
And she nods and goes, There's a set of stairs to the south. We'll take those. We don't want to go through the servants' quarters or whatever it is they're doing on the east end of the basement."
Less now.
Well, the east end of the basement is a non-issue.
I poke my head out of the door and let Piff, Alloy, and Sneck know to go back to the room to the east for a moment so that they can run past without being seen.
I was going to say, these people are moving to leave the room, like, to go now. But before they do, the woman that's there, she turns to Caleb and says, "Is there anything else? Any other things you might need to know?"
Speaking of character, guys, anything else we need to know?
They don't know of any other rooms other than the third floor that's off limits to them that are like restricted or magical in any obvious way or shape or form.
I don't think so. Alright, well, I'll just turn to her and say, "No, we're pretty much used to flying by the seat of our pants. We'll be okay."
Talon is waving. Alloy, not. Which direction are they going from here? Because south is through a window and there's no stairs that way.
3.
They said they're not going east, so
They're not going east? Okay, go east.
Going.
Piffles?
And they walk out of the
Coming. Coming. Oh, my laptop screen is so small. East.
You guys
Wait, where's everybody going?
quietly move into that room there?
Which room? I'm
the
lost.
room that you're in now.
Oh. Okay.
we just want to get you 3.
Oops, sorry.
Like,
yeah, that room, just sort of out of the way so that the peasants
okay.
don't see you. But they were coming out just as you were going through there. So first off, Quad, roll me a stealth check.
God damn it. Is he still close enough to Talrand?
he is.
He is.
Okay, good. Cause fuck.
And
Dope. 16.
16.
Nice.
All right,
Is
so
that
yeah,
natural
you guys
20
like
just taunting him?
like sneak in through and manage to just get through those doors as the 2 peasants come out into the hallway past Caleb and Drakir, and they see Talrand, who is standing there now. Talrand, you have your mask on, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so the gentleman that comes out is shaken and haggard and not looking well, and the woman sort of has her arm around his shoulders and is leading him to the west to where you guys found that sort of external staircase to the south that went down. Like out and around the building. But as she moves in that direction, she sort of casts a glance and sort of like looks over Talrand as she goes by, and just sort of like isn't sure. Like as she kind of like looks, there's like a small amount of confusion before she furrows her brow and gives you a confident nod, and then the 2 of them make their way off.
All right, come out here.
Something is weird about this. We got something is very, very weird about this. Identifiable or not?
Well,
Very much so.
basically, she looked at you and was like, something's not right with that person, but they are helping us, so I will nod, because I probably haven't seen that many hunters, and okay. Just like, okay, and just leaves.
My entire stockpile of fucks to give have been expired in this building.
We're not
So
playing
long ago.
Battlefront 2. Don't worry about the loot crates. Just going to hand back the medallion to Talrand as he walks past, and I'm going to hand the journal to Drakiar. Might be something useful in there.
Another book to add to the growing collection.
Cutie in this chat. It's like, yeah, there's Alloy. Just slide to the left. Slide to the right. Crisscross now.
How heavy is this journal?
Journal's like a pound. It's a small leather-bound book. Probably like the size of your hand.
I should probably hand off the journal I found to him to Drakir at some point.
I am actually getting close to my weight capacity here.
When
Yeah,
we're
all the books
traveling,
on
so
you.
weight capacity.
I
is not
found
relevant.
20 books. Do you want them?
Okay, so
This one has a rubber ducky on the cover.
going to investigate this door.
It's quiet. Creaking open the door with your usual stealthiness, you find that it is a sitting room. There is a study table in there and a bookshelf, which is in the top corner. So this is the study table here. There's a candelabra next to it. There's a bookshelf there, and then a small cabinet that's like chest high.
I let Piff and Snake know. Piff and Sneck know that it's good. They're safe to come back in the room.
I do kind of a search through them, seeing if I can find anything of interest, magical artifacts. Books saying this is how you disable the giant fuck off moon. Have you tried turning on the moon on and off again? That sort of thing.
Yeah. Looking over it.
Have you set the moon's password?
Yeah. Roll me perception. As you or investigation, whichever you prefer. going through the bookshelf and the chest high cabinet. Cabinet appears to be filled with a number of basic reagents, you would imagine, as there's like inks and ashes and powders and a couple other strange things you've not really seen before in jars. In the bookshelf, there are a number of tomes about necromancy and magic and wizardry, sort of in general, but they all appear to, at least leafing through the covers, appear to be of an academic nature. So it's not directly like, this is how you cast these spells. It's like, this is the theory behind these spells and how they could be applied to research and development and things like that.
I'm going to quickly skim through the cultist journal to see if I can find anything of use to us.
Are the reagents labeled at all?
The reagents? No. They are not.
Do I recognize any of them?
You do recognize the inks that are there, and you do recognize that there is one jar that is glass that is specifically ashes. What ashes, you're not sure. You see small collections of claws and teeth in one of them. Looking through those, you absolutely do recognize that they are werewolf teeth and claws. And going through some of the other substances, though, like there are strange swirling liquids in some of these jars that you don't recognize. Like purple and green and weird colors.
Well, okay. I wander out of the room, mentioned that there's a reagents wall in there that I didn't recognize anything on. Anything of real value, at least. That would be functional for me to carry. If I had a much larger, say, bag of holding, I had to dump the entire thing in and, fob it off on Shaman later, but I don't.
You guys are still saving up for that bag.
Oh, yeah. It looks like Caleb might be the one paying for it. How much he's been pocketing.
I have no freaking clue what you're talking about.
Yeah, DM, where's our token bag of holding?
All right,
that's not happening. That's the thing. Like, I'm not gonna bar you from getting a bag of holding. I'm gonna put one in the game for what a bag of holding costs, which I've done because they're very expensive. But as it stands, I agree with a lot of other DMs that say that, like, putting a bag of holding in a game is, in some cases, like if you're playing Fallout and you decide to cheese how the system calculates weight and you just give yourself infinite carry weight. Like, yeah, you can pick up lots of objects, so you don't have to worry about it, but a part of it is not being able to take everything with you. Like, you do have to
pick and choose the
things you
away.
carry. That your carry weight is something that you should be keeping a track of, and you won't be able to just, like, stuff a couch into a bag of holding and then run off with it. Like
This is why Snack went from having 20 daggers to 5.
Yeah.
All right.
It's like when it
go
comes back to holding, you still got to be able to fit whatever you want into the opening.
Sneaking up on this door, Caleb, you do you want to? Actually, I'll just say that you can carry your. Actually, well, no, because you got in a conversation and then out of a conversation. So if you want to stealthily open the door, roll me a stealth.
You stealthily open the door.
26. Good. Very quietly, you creak the door open, and on the inside, you see another one of the sort of cultists' quarters in there. But you do see that there's one of the servants sitting on the side of the bed. He seems to be repeating something over and over and over again.
Can I make out what he's saying from here?
Roll me.
Or is it
a perception?
Perception. No.
I was gonna say the DC was 10. It's
so close.
It appears to be something that's running in a circle. You can't quite make it out from where you're standing, but he's just repeating something over and over.
Okay, just going to quietly close the door. Servants' quarters, one in there, muttering to himself. Might want to leave him alone. Hello?
Sounds good.
Oh, okay. No, I went quiet there for a second. I didn't know what was going on.
Sorry, sometimes it's like, okay, who's going to say sounds good? Okay. We
You wanna
obviously...
continue-
Somebody say something. All right.
Do we want to continue exploring this floor, or do we want to go upstairs at this point?
Let's continue exploring.
I think we're fine to continue exploring because we're not getting into shit, but we don't have unlimited days here, kind of thing.
All right, so you guys continue on, and you find another room that is sort of over along the side there, which, now that I'm looking at it, appears as though I have forgotten to put on a door. Now there's one. It appears as though of all the doors that I was putting in places, I forgot to put a door in this room. But there is a door now. Or I may have accidentally deleted it when I removed the peasants from that area. You make your way up to it. You're gonna quietly open said door. It appears to be another cultist's quarters, but a little more panache than some of the other areas, as there is like sitting and meeting space in here, as well as a cold hearth in the corner.
Okay, then.
We're running out of doors.
Yep.
There's
What's
an
behind
entire
the door?
second half of the cast.
What's behind door number a bajillion?
Yeah, moving to that area there, sneaking up, and Quad, roll me a stealth check.
Ah,
We've left Piffles behind.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Holy
nice.
shit!
So that's
Oh.
26. You guys are doing great. Getting quiet. Yeah, the rug in here really makes it easier to be quiet. Moving up to this area, there are stairs that come up to this sort of like little mid space, and then there are more stairs that go up to the next floor immediately above you. But peeking into this room appears to be another meeting area. There is a sort of collection of different things in the small chest on the left side there. It's like a little sort of cabinet area, but it's a liquor cabinet. There's glass doors on the front of it. You can see there's bottles and cups and things sort of collected in different areas.
Okay.
Oh, Doc, the stream is focused on an empty room,
Whoops.
not the.
That is correct. Sorry, I keep forgetting. I gotta move us over to here. There we are. Sorry. Thank you.
Is there a door on the wall to the southwest from us? That's currently covered, yeah, around that area.
Around that area. Let me have a look. Do. Let's see. Oh yeah, there's doors there.
Okay, they're just covered by blackness.
Yeah. Here, let me just give you a little reveal there. Yeah, so over here, you make your way up to it, peeking on through said doors.
Yeah.
It's under the meeting room. Yeah, I know. This room, though, appears to be a bit different in its construction. You notice that there are desks with chairs, and at the front, or at least rather at the sort of back area, there is not only a sort of it's a desk that is also a half bookshelf with books facing into the room. It appears as though this is some manner of study, like a classroom.
Huh.
The rest of the room appears to be unoccupied and relatively clean, save for the large table that's in the center of the room, whereas the table appears to be made of a rich mahogany. It is stained with something.
Mahogany.
Shit, of
have
all the
to,
sound
like-
clips I didn't get.
do they have to book all of these meeting rooms, and then like, if they stay for a little bit too long, eventually someone will come in and be like, We booked this room for this time.
I needed this meeting room.
Seems like a place for Evil 101.
Ha!
It's not nearly enough room for everyone.
So
Yeah, so it
are-
seems
are
like
these
exactly the
doorways-
rooms they gave us for a lot of the cons that I was at.
Are these doorways here too? I just can't tell looking at the map if these are doorways as well.
Over there, those are also doorways, yes.
Okay, cool.
So let's get the audience up there. Yeah, so moving over to that area, peeking on through said door, reveals that there is indeed a hallway that leads down this way into a series of smaller rooms, to which the people earlier did tell you that this was where the servants' quarters were.
I think we should go upstairs and try to avoid disturbing the servants' quarters too much.
I agree.
What is everyone's passive perception?
Oh, I forget. Where do I find it?
12.
16.
Is that
15.
just your Is that just your intelligence? Or
10 plus
wisdom?
your wisdom, unless you have proficiency.
Wisdom. Okay, so my wisdom is 10.
All right, so
Your
So,
proficiency?
20.
it's 10.
Like my wisdom is 0. Yeah.
yeah,
so
yeah,
it's-
you have a
yeah.
zero
Oh.
modifier. It's 10 on the
modifier, so
wisdom
it's
score, 0 modifier.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm tired.
That's okay. It's
Okay.
it's something that I've seen happen almost all the time when people are like, yeah, it's just, add your wisdom. And it's like, no, as your wisdom modifier. There's a difference.
Yeah, my wisdom
Um,
modifier is nothing.
That's
So-
okay. But we did get 15 and 16. You hear, both of you lovely folk who did hear things, at 15 and 16, you hear some heated discussion going on down here. You hear someone arguing, yelling.
Someone's in trouble.
Oh, so much for going
I like that.
upstairs.
One does not simply walk into more doors, Clay.
What?
This gets fucking
Everyone's
clubbed.
moving about so fast.
Everybody moving so quick.
Quick.
Hard to keep track. But
Ah,
How fast I move! I'm so fast!
my computer is my laptop is very slow.
that is A-okay.
Stop showing off track here.
Stop it!
Oh, damn.
I'm fast as fuck.
I'm fast as fuck.
I'm fast
Um,
as fuck, boy.
All right, so you guys make
What's
your
here?
way to this door. As you go, oh yeah, also, Quad,
Hi.
it's your favorite time.
As we walk past all the service
Roll me
quarters,
another
which-
stealth
I
check
get to kill
because yeah,
things? Oh.
you're moving up you're moving up a hallway there, Chief, and I regret to inform you that yeah, you gotta
That's a
make me some stealth
15.
checks there, buddy boy.
How does he keep on rolling natural 20s on these stealth checks, but have to get them next to like a 5 or a 6?
Tis
Here
the
comes
nature.
the clank. Doo-doo-doo.
It is the nature of these sorts of things, and yeah. So 15. Okay, that's fine. So that's a 15.
We're about to have some combat.
So on the other side of the door, you guys hear arguing as you approach the door and move up to it. You are able to make out some of the arguing from the opposite side of the door. And you hear a woman shouting at someone else. She says, "What do you mean they're dead? I turned my back for 10 seconds, and you worthless bags of food just ruin everything. How did this happen?" And you hear very muted, "They weren't supposed to be here," come from someone else who's standing there.
We're officially on a clock that is about to expire.
Alloy, initiate murder.exe. That was That was out of character, by the way. I would like to point that out.
Just knives come out of everywhere. He
Wow.
runs in.
Wow.
When did he start doing that?
Okay.
Suddenly goes into Iron Giant mode.
Yeah, just...
Sounds like it's the matron that we encountered, the mistress we encountered previously when we were leaving Grunkle Werewolf.
Baymax, kill.
Do we want to take her out before she starts trying to spread the knowledge that people are here?
I mean, we could.
Do we want to try and peek through the door and see if she's alone first, other than the serpent?
Might be a good idea.
The longer we
Alright.
stand here, the worse it's gonna get.
Aaron attempts to peek through the door.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're going to try to speak through the door?
Peek!
What?
Okay.
Peek!
All right. Sorry. You gave me a start. That's
So we're gonna kick down the door now.
like you're going to what? Yeah, I'm gonna try speaking through the door, and I'm just like, oh, this is gonna be fucking good. All right, let's hear this. Jesus Christ. Okay, so trying to peek through the door with a perception of 13. Now, the door is not of masterful make, despite the fact that the rest of this building is wonderful, and it is still, as far as doors go, a very good door. We've talked to all the other doors. They like this door very much. Sorry. Anyway, peeking through the door, you can't see much. But you do, at the very least, see a little ways into the room that is there. It appears as though a lot of the servants have been lined up, and one of the vampire folk, floating about 2 inches off of the ground, wispy, looking between each of the servants, has seemingly segregated them by sex and is going along interrogating each of them for information.
Out of 10 people, I can only see one vampire.
Of the people that you see standing there, the 9 servants that you can at least see peeking through the door, they all appear to be under thrall.
Do we try to take her out, or do we
and
leave?
become ghosts? Says Cutie.
What?
Trying to take her
Uh,
out might not be a good idea, because that's just going to pop her into her coffin, and then she knows someone's here.
Talrand, roll me. What knowledge would you have for your hunting?
Survival?
That's like hunting outside, monster hunting though.
Nature?
You know what? We'll use your survival as a check, and I'll just adjust the DC. Roll me survival. Wow. Okay. So of the few things you know about vampires, one that you know is that when you kill a vampire, they turn into a mist and they go back to their coffin. But they can't just get out of their coffin when they do that. There is an amount of time that they are in their coffin reconstituting. You do not know how long. But there is a time where they are basically stuck inside their coffins and they rebuild themselves pretty much from scratch. They regenerate back to their full form. You've heard in passing some other hunters talk about how it's a good strategy to like kill them and then immediately find their coffin and destroy it. Others have scolded that strategy, saying that there is not enough time depending on how well that coffin is hidden. And then you'd have to kill them twice, and that is not something you are supposed to do. Vampires are dangerous.
So yeah, taking out a single taking out any vampire, that puts us on a clock to find and destroy the coffin, or they're going to alert everyone else there's intruders, guaranteed.
I have a feeling this one's going to alert everyone else that there's intruders at some point anyway.
Now, from what we're hearing from the argument, she doesn't know there's intruders. She just knows there is people dead.
And
doesn't
somebody
know
that
why.
was not supposed to be here. Not stupid. Won't take her long. So the real question is, do we want to try to kill her, or do we want to go completely the other way and go try and find big bad dude supposed to be doing a ritual spell, meaning maybe we can interrupt it, if nothing else.
Let's go. The only thing I fear about leaving her is we are going to be discovered one way or the other. Time frame is hit or miss either way. That's way up in the air. She might go investigate. She might wander into the right or wrong place, because we've left some places untouched and other places touched rather thoroughly. But if she starts wandering and she just takes it out on the innocent townsfolk, is what Talrind is concerned about.
Right now, from what I'm seeing, I'm thinking there's like no way to save those people. Not without putting a whole bunch of others in danger. We already seen the specific vampiress flat out snap the neck of one of the servants downstairs.
Let's be clear here, Alloy could do that.
Yeah, that's not a threat level. I'm just saying that I'm saying it as she's not opposed to just fucking killing these people.
She's also not opposed to having all of them rush us as soon as we go through the door and just be cannon fodder between her and us. So, do we want to fight her and potentially have to kill a bunch of random innocent people who are just mind controlled, or do we want to leave and try to step up the pace quickly?
1, we know we can go through them like paper. 2, everyone with melee attacks can hit non-lethally.
Right, that's a thing you guys can do.
Yeah. And
I'm not gonna lie, that didn't occur to Sneck or me as a player.
we go through them like paper. Like, honestly, this is said in hindsight. Doc, you remember the one that got stuck in the bear trap?
Mm-hmm.
Remember how we didn't roll for damage from that bear trap?
Kinda. Vaguely. Remind me about the bear trap.
The bear trap, according to the stats you gave me, hold on a second. DC 18 dex dodge and 2d10 damage.
Oh yeah.
They've gone down, people smacking them for 6 damage, I believe. They're
There was a good chance.
It absolutely broke that guy's leg. I just didn't roll damage for it.
Yes, he survived it. He should not have survived.
Damage was low. Let's call
He's
that.
under thrall. Whatever.
Yeah,
Comedic
But-
effect.
Yeah,
They-
I was gonna
they
say,
have-
like, I just kind of narratively went through it. It's possible that it wouldn't have done enough damage to kill him, and so I just decided to be like, yeah, whatever. Bear trap goes off in his leg, it breaks his leg, but you guys healed him and like patched it up, and then left.
Yeah.
And
But,
that was the guy that had his neck broken. So
we
he didn't make it, Chief.
Okay. Fine. We can't stay here all day. Do we want to fight this person, or do we want to go to the tower? Because that's basically our choices right now.
As you guys are talking and figuring things out, she walks up to the first servant that is of that line, speaking again to the group of them. Something is going on here. I thought those idiots downstairs had just blown themselves to bits, but finding some of you down there, and finding one of you whom I dismissed earlier, but then when I went back down to get myself a snack, had bandages on his fucking leg.
Told you we should have killed them all.
We did not bandage his leg.
We used magic to heal him.
Yeah.
Who did you see? She says to one of the peasants that's there. He simply shakes his head at her and responds again. Wasn't supposed to be here.
They can't answer the question of who because they don't know who. Yay, charm effects.
And what?
She sighs and rolls her eyes and goes, once more, who did you see? And the gentleman that's standing in front of her, who has a black eye from getting punched in the face by a warforged, sort of like shakes his head and grips the side of his head a little bit. And it's almost like that scene from Total Recall where that lady can't say anything but 2 weeks, where he struggles to make words and just goes, wasn't supposed to, and she grabs him by the chin and breaks his neck. He falls on the floor in a heap.
Okay. This is out of
moves
character.
to the next one.
This is out of character.
Mhm.
What do you guys think of the idea of me using minor illusion to create an illusion of someone that looks nothing like us, just walk up the stairs, see the thing going on, get caught, and try and run off?
You're way too far away. Don't you need to be within like 20 feet of it or something?
What was the range on that spell?
And technically, this conversation would have to be in character because you're proposing this to the party. So this is taking time.
I was just gonna say that one guy's just gonna get back up, say, "Get ready for a surprise!" Boom.
It's like 30 feet.
Okay. Are we going to try to kill her? Yes or no?
Talon turns. She is executing them as she goes. We should stop her now.
Snack votes yes.
Alloy, get up here. Go charge in.
Alloy.
Man, I think that's it for stuff.
Talon ready shot for the moment the door is open.
Snack ready, Sacred Flame.
You got ready, Sacred Flame? Okay, anybody else ready in action?
Dracula ready's Firebolt.
I ready
rapier
me.
ready. I'm gonna get my rapier ready, but I'm also going to... No, wait, I wouldn't have to go into stealth, would I?
No, we're kind of going loud here. And
I'm gonna
you'll
put
probably get flanking pretty quickly anyway.
I'm
Alright.
gonna put some daggers between my fingers.
Besides, since she would technically still be surprised, you would get the bonus anyway.
Yeah, for this
yeah.
round anyway. While we all move in.
Character
Excuse me,
doesn't
sir,
lose the
coming through.
surprise. Does not lose the surprise status
Sir.
until they get the act.
Alright,
Yeah.
well, let's...
Sir.
It appears as though Alloy needs one of the spaces next to the door. Sort of
You're in my way, sir.
squeeging up to the door. Yeah, no, you guys can move over there. The candelabra you can be next to. It's fine.
It's in the air, not on the floor.
Excuse me. So yeah, you guys quickly stack on the door, and everybody ready's in action. So we have Alloy's going to run in and make an attack. We've got a spell from Drakir. Talron ready's in action to, I'm guessing, step in and unload some arrows.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm
Caleb
putting
ready's
some
in
daggers
action.
between my fingers.
Okay, you're going to ready to throw some daggers, and Caleb, you
Yeah.
are ready to do what?
I'm
Snickles
gonna
is
get ready
go.
to run up and stab a bitch.
You're going to run in and get stabby. Good.
Next to the Sacred Flame.
Good.
And next thing has Sacred Flame. All right, cool. Everybody's got that shit on luck. Let's just clean that up real quick. I'm gonna
Oh, bitch.
move this a little. We're gonna move that,
And
As
as an
roll initiative.
and then not yet. No.
It's a surprise
Uh,
round.
There is indeed one surprise round. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have you guys roll initiative anyway. To
Just in case
choose
it's a round anyway.
what order you guys do your surprise round stuff in.
Hmm.
Unless you have a specific like you want to do it. But then yeah, you select your character and then roll your
I
initiative.
always seem to roll initiative. Roll 20s on initiative.
All right, so you're all in.
Ugh.
Good. Let's get that into descending order. Perfect. Okay.
It sounds like Alloy's going to
hey,
be
Doc?
kicking this off.
Yep.
Just as a like player knowledge versus character knowledge thing,
Mhm.
it is Sacred Flame does do radiant damage specifically.
Yep.
Okay.
Well,
Making
I'm
sure.
don't you worry.
Things that I know where the
I'm
snack does
very-
not.
I'm very aware.
Okay, I'm aware.
Don't you worry. I'm just prepping something. Gonna put that over there.
I'm gonna break.
Oh, geez. Yep. Okay. Yep. Okay, cool. All right. So, Rainer, could you hit me with an FBI?
Oh, shit.
Perfect.
Nice.
So yeah, you guys blast into this room. Where is Madame? There it is. Bam. At the top of it, we're gonna say Ally's gonna go first, just for this turn. Specifically, rushes in, and as you blast through the door, sprinting across the short distance right towards her, she manages to turn to you and get out a "What is the meaning of?" before you open up on her with your weapon. Roll to attack.
I'm going to use Fighting Spirit.
Fighting
So I
spirit.
get advantage to my next 2 attacks.
Oh my god, really?
Yep.
All right, go for it.
Uh,
Put it in the chat for me. I want to see that.
Doop.
Bam. Oh yeah, the intensity of battle can shield you and help you strike true. As a bonus action on your turn, you can give yourself advantage on weapon attack rolls until the end of the current turn. When you do so, you gain 5 temp HP. The number of temp HP increases. You can use this feature 3 times, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. All right, so mark one off. As you get in and you open up with your... Are you using your greatsword?
Yeah.
Yeah, get it. That's a 20.
Not a crit, but it's a 20 total.
A 20 in total. Yeah, that's like it's a dirty 20. All right, so that hits. 12 damage. Okay.
16.
And a 16 does hit. Snick, wad, Jedi. You
I
come
can
in.
re-roll that 2 I rolled.
Oh, was one of them a 2? Yeah,
Yep.
2 plus 3. That was 4 and 5. Yeah, sure. Roll it up.
Because of Great Weapon Fighting.
Yeah, great weapon fighting. You get to re-roll any 1s or 2s.
And
You
it's
roll the
the
2.
same number.
It is the same.
Could have been worse.
Could have been worse. All right. Now, you'll notice as you run in and you just like immediately open up with your greatsword and start slashing away at her. Your weapons, despite the fact that she is a wispy, beautiful-looking woman who's wearing no fucking armor whatsoever, your weapons appear to be blunting against her body. You are still doing damage to her as you strike her, but it appears to not be parting flesh in the way that it's supposed to. She is resilient.
Man, friggin' tastic.
And Talryn, you're up.
Do any of those miss?
Jesus Christ, no. He just immediately leans over to the doorway, just like, pip, 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 pip. Oh, what is that altogether? It's 20, 31, 40 damage. Christ almighty. You land 3 shots into her, but again, as the arrows, like, they do strike her in the shoulders and in the abdomen, and you definitely hit your marks shooting at her, but they don't go in as deep as they should. That is something you definitely see.
They
Up
definitely
next,
hurt her, but I'm like, need to work on that.
it's like, I'm supposed to be shooting people. Those arrows are definitely supposed to be in deeper than that. When you shot her, it was like you were shooting, like, clay or stone, almost. Or, like, the side of a tree. It's considerably harder than a person should be.
However, even at half damage, very few things shrug off 40 damage.
Yeah. Even with resistance, that's still a lot of damage. Bo goes brrr.
I mean, between you and Alloy, that's already 60 damage, even if it is resisted.
All right, Piffles, you're up.
Amy! Okay, let's take a look. Goddamn, I'm not using my trackpad. Right. Ugh. Okay, I am coming, and I'm gonna... Is the door like busted open now?
Door's
or
open,
do we
yeah.
have any cover from the door? No
I'm just
cover
gonna,
from the door.
you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go to, because I think I put this door on a map background thing. I'm just gonna remove it. I'm gonna say that Alloy did that door in pretty hard. Coming
Now
through.
using it as a shield.
Hey,
I'm gonna
Lark Network is rating us with a party of 15. Monster Raid! Hello! Come on in! Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for coming in for the raid. So cool to see you all here. Hi. We're playing some D&D 5th Ed. Our party of monster characters are going up against a vampire and her thralls, but they got a surprise round because they sneaky bitches. Oh, shit! A 26 and a 24 absolutely hits.
Womp, womp.
All right, so that is 9 and 7 damage. So altogether, that is.
I'ma hit this bitch. Yes.
You're throwing them at the peasant?
Oh wait, no, sorry, I'm throwing it at. Sorry, no.
The vampire,
sorry.
right?
I'm so tired.
That's okay.
And I just I'm not like I've got both my trackpad and my mouse active, so I went to go move something, and it's just like no. You don't get to click there. And I'm like,
my God. Yeah, it's just like, it's such a Piffles move, though, to be like, yeah, and like kill one of the servants. Like, fuck yeah.
It is a Piffles move. But no, I am aiming at the baddie.
So 16 damage altogether.
Yes.
All right. And once again, like, you just like, you guys run in, slashing with the great sword, shooting those arrows, throwing those daggers, then they're all just like, fap, 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 fap. And she's hanging in there. She's taking that damage. She's looking rough, but I mean, she ain't bloodied yet. Up next, Snack. Gonna get in there. Dex save 15, 8 radiant damage with Sacred Flame. Now, if she meets that dex save of 15, does she...
She does not take damage. I just double-checked it.
She takes no damage at all?
None. I thought it was half damage, but I was just rereading it now. It's literally none.
Well, she boofed it with a 9. And so... that absolutely slams into the side of her. 8 damage. Radiant damage.
No health.
Slams into her. And she lights up for a hot second and shrieks at the top of her lungs as you hit her with that spell. Do you do anything else with your turn?
Hold on.
But also, hello everybody, welcome and come on in. As Snake's figuring out the sort of the last of his turn here. We are a fun gaming channel. It's so good to see all of you. Typically, I am on camera. But yeah, if you guys want to come on in here, Geek Girl Alyssa, hello, welcome. Come on in. Find a comfy seat. Pull up a chair. We are playing every Thursday we have D&D on this channel here, where we play a 5th edition campaign where all of the characters are monstrous characters that are from like an under kingdom that is ruled over by a lich, and they're on the surface doing their cool monstery things for their lichy king. Every other day of the week from Monday to Friday, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday from 7 till 10 p.m. Eastern Time, we play other video games and stuff here. And it's a cool thing. There's a link for our Discord down below if you want to check that out. We have a really nice community of people that we have tailored to be good, not shit people.
Good.
Occasionally we have to throw people in the pit. That happens. But yeah. I have D&D on Thursdays down and produce a stream as well. Oh, nice! Good for you!
When it comes to D&D, we have 2 teams that go on. Tonight, you have us, the B team, and every other week we swap between us and the A team.
That's right, yeah, there's 2 groups of people.
Different story, same world.
It's a household of good goblins. All right, and Sneck, that's your full turn?
Hey.
Yeah, I just moved up that way nobody can pass me without provoking.
All right, sweet. Alloy's taking his turn for the surprise, and Caleb, you're up.
All right, so wrong tool. There. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm going in like a damn.
He's my good boy.
Bam.
A 20 hits.
All right, and then we go in here and bam. Oh.
Yeah, she's not flanked, but I'm going to say, because it's a surprise round, I'll give you the sneak dice. So
it applies to whenever an ally is within 5 feet of the enemy.
Really?
Yep.
They don't need to be flanked.
Doesn't need to be flanked. Huh.
Hold on.
All right.
Look that up.
Well, either way, your blade slashes into her, and again, it's almost like striking a tree. Like, you are definitely making purchase with your weapon, but it is blunting against the side of her skin.
But it is 27 damage, so even at half.
Yeah. He is hanging in there. All right, and Drakir, you're up.
And watch me boof this.
Firebolt, it's a critical hit!
So, you were talking about boofing.
Roll your damage.
I was thinking, okay, now that I've said it, I'm going to get a crit, but I wasn't thinking it would actually happen.
This battle's all crits.
Jesus Christ, 13 plus 14?
Nice.
Oh, because you
2d10,
critted.
baby.
It does
That
double.
That is a fucking powerful cantrip.
Yeah, well, because normally it's 2d10 fire damage, but because you got a critical hit, it's another 2d10 fire damage. So it's a 13 plus 14. Yeah, you guys step in, bow, you're throwing shit, and you're casting spells, and you're throwing things, and then Drakir pokes his head in the door. And
cocks my staff like a shotgun and it just fires.
Vaporizes on the spot as you hit her. She just goes and disappears into a cloud of ash and smoke.
Booyah!
Ha! Nice.
Even if she wakes up and tries going and explaining what happened, she's gonna be like, "Okay, so there's 6 things in the place. What else do you know? That's about it." What do you mean? What do you mean? That's all you know? Look,
I survived.
Bomb rushed by a bunch of fucking goons. Is what happened.
the door smashed open. Some asshole with a great sword buzzsawed at me, and then all of the things hit me, and I was dead. What do you want from me?
What do you want me to say?
I didn't get a chance to see a lot happen in less than 6 seconds. What do you want from me?
Yeah, as you guys ran in, breached that door, and absolutely murked that fucking vampire. In the seconds as each of you are standing there, following the combat, the glamour that seemed to have held sway over the minds of the servant folk that are standing there with you seems to lift. Each of them shaking their heads, looking around confused and frightened at each of you now who are standing there with them. I will also reveal some more of this space that you find yourselves in.
Do not be alarmed. We are here to help you.
Fear not.
I may be green, but I am friend.
With the sort of collection of each of them standing there, looking distressed at the current situation, they nod silently. Eventually, the one gentleman who's standing all the way at the end, this gentleman right here, pipes up and goes,
"Right. So, what happens now?"
Well, we know there are other servants who are currently hiding in the basement until we stop the moon, because we're trying to do that. And then they're going to try to escape.
they all go like, "Oh, right. Oh, all right then. We'll just try to find the others in the basement then. We'll try to lay low, and we'll grab some of the other servants from their quarters here. See if we can bring them with us."
That would be good. If you have any suggestions about things we may would be useful to know, we don't honestly. We've talked to the other servants. They told us as much as they could, but
one of the servants, who's obviously standing next to the guy who had his neck broken, kneels down and closes the eyes on the gentleman that's there and shakes his head and mutters something under his breath.
Sorry about your friend.
Riley, you stupid bastard.
He sort of like pats on him.
Would any of you be able to give us a quick layout of the mansion?
The one gentleman who's been speaking speaks up again and goes,
Well, couldn't tell you much. There's the basement, obviously, you seem to know about. There's also the servants' quarters on this side. And this is the west wing on the first floor. On the second floor, there are a number of spaces that we're not allowed to be in. But there are more servants' quarters on the second floor on this side. More cultists' gatherings and places where they stay and study throughout in the east wing. The top floor is where all the lords and ladies live. We're typically not allowed up there unless we're food or fuel for their foul magics.
Yeah, that's not cool.
No.
So on this floor, all of these other rooms, they're all servants' quarters?
he sort of nods like,
On this side of the manor, yes.
Cool. So let's not check all of them.
Let's not waste that time. No.
and he nods to you and he goes,
Right, we'll take care of our own. We'll see if we can get us down to somewhere to hide in the basement.
When you get out, I'd suggest trying to find refuge with the Hunters Guild.
Right, it is the moon. Hunter's Moon is a dangerous business. If we try to leave this building, we'll likely be torn apart by the beasts in the street, or torn apart by worse things in here. So we'll try to find a place quiet. We'll hide in the basement for then, and wish you the best of luck. May the light be with you.
We will be coming down through the basement before we leave.
Yeah, we have people to collect.
Yes.
right. And he gives you guys a nod. He then leads people into a room down some stairs.
Okay, let's go, people. Clap, clap. We are officially on a clock. She won't stay dead for long.
Yeah, they all start sort of filing into that room there, unless you guys stop them.
But I feel like we should go up to the stairs either here or in the central atrium. I'm leaning towards the central atrium because it's not into more servant quarters.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So we all bundle off to the stairs in the central atrium and head on up.
All right. Yeah. So as they make their way into the basement area, you guys trundle towards the stairs in the central atrium. Are you guys going quiet?
Yes.
Probably a good
I know where
idea.
this is going.
Yeah.
Step check.
Stealth check! Nice!
Oh, I rolled a
15
good.
on a disadvantage. Now that spell is still active, is that right?
Yes.
As long as it hasn't been in like another hour.
I have not cast another concentration spell. You'll note I specifically did not cast Hunter's Mark during that fight.
You actually didn't, and I'm super proud of you. I gotta tell you, that's impressive stuff. So with a 25 in stealth, collectively your party makes its way to the second floor of Waycrest Manor. Let me just take a quick sec to reveal to you the
I'm blind.
immediate area in which you find yourselves. I'm going to use the fun polygon reveal thing that you showed me earlier. Yeah, so it goes to like there, and then to there. We'll say.
quite as fast as the square tool, but it's far more like you can take it the walls, and then there's this nook here that I don't have to try and square out.
Yeah. No, exactly. Like, I don't have to fucking deal with that, which is wicked nice.
I mean, if you got a square room, it's still best to go with the square.
It's super not a square room, unfortunately. So, yeah, I'm going to... Bop, there we go. And here we are. Boop, there you guys are.
It was almost a square room.
Yeah, so you guys now find yourselves on the second level. Moving up into this area, you see that, once again, there are a number of doors and things. There's a balcony that overlooks the entrance to where you guys came in. A number of chambers leading off in each direction, and another set of stairs moving up that you guys can see over on the east side of this room.
So there's 2 doors directly to our left there.
Yeah, like to the...
Right down here.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's a couple of doors there. Here, let me...
Door there. Doors there.
Sort of give that a little more.
Remember,
jam.
the west wing is more servant quarters on this floor.
Now, as you get up to this area, you do notice that obviously it's still marble, and it's all fucking velour and shit everywhere. Shit's still real fancy, but it is nicer. Like, you do see the doors are definitely an improvement. That each of the spaces as you guys move along are of an improved nature.
What's behind door number 1?
Real quick, I'm just gonna, like, just on a big block, just open up some of the space that's outside. Boop. There you go. All right. So, behind door number 1. This is a good door. You guys are moving quietly, which is nice. You hear there's a bit of heated discussion behind this door. Roll me, if you would like, a perception with an 8. Someone's arguing, but you can't really tell what's being said.
I waved to like Drac here, who's apparently right nearby, or if Caleb moved up with me. Say, what do you hear? I hear some arguing.
I am not going to be asking for perception.
Apparently none of us are.
Yeah. Sneck, as you guys get up to the door, you hear some shouting and stuff. Sneck, though, you barely just make out between everybody what appears to be a man and a woman yelling on the inside of the door. You hear a gentleman say, "I assure you, mistress, with all of my soul, I am not cheating." And you hear a woman say, "That is absolute bullshit. There is no way you made that shot, and it wasn't some kind of habit, some kind of magic, or some other kind of ridiculous crap that you all get up to. So tell me again how you managed to make that shot."
They're playing some kind of game.
I'm sorry,
I'm-
Mercenary and Kara making puns in the chat again.
God damn it.
Of course.
They're playing some kind of game that involves shots. Judging by the way they're talking, it seems like there's an occultist and another vampire.
Everybody! There it is, yep.
Snack doesn't know what pool is, which is specifically why I didn't say the word pool.
Alright, I'm just gonna come up to here and I'm going to sneakily open the door to take a peek.
Roll me a stealth.
Oh.
20 stealth.
Oh yeah, pass without trace.
That's a 20. Okay. So, you managed to get up to the door, and I'm going to say these people are distracted, so that's why they don't necessarily see you with a 20 stealth at this range. But there is indeed a vampire and a cultist arguing over a game of billiards.
Well, let's just leave them to their game.
Mm-hmm. Going to quietly close the door. And
I'm tempted to use Mage Hand to make it look like the guy's cheating.
no, don't do that.
I said I was tempted. I didn't say I was going to do it.
Or at least not yet.
out of character, I love you. I love that. That was something you came up with.
Just completely
Talon
fucked that
pretty
dude's
quickly
day
just,
right
like,
over. Oh, God.
Stealthily opens this door to confirm that it's servants' quarters this way.
Yeah. Let's have a gander. Yeah, moving over to that area. Roll me stealth. For silently opening up a series of doors. Quietly peeking through, you do see that there is sort of like a continuation of the nice hallway that then. Hold on, I'm just getting out the fog of war here. And then I'll show that to our viewers. You do see that there's like a continuation of the nicer furniture, some stairs that goes up, and then again it continues into the, while still very nice, it's the wooden flooring areas where the servants are commonly known to be. You do see, though, of all of the things that you are gazing at down the hallway there. Let me see, do I still have it? No, that's all of you guys.
Our clones!
Clothes!
Doppelgangers! Oh god, everyone! Wait, is this one of those tests where we have to become stronger than ourselves?
Oh,
Wait,
God, I wish.
how do we know which Nick is real? Kill it with fire. Kill us both. That one's the real one.
Kill it with fire. Kill us both. That one's the real one. Oh, no. You see stumbling down the stairs on the far side there, sort of like almost drunkenly holding his head, he walks down the stairs and then collapses onto the floor at the bottom of the stairs. There is another one of the servants wearing the same like clean servant garb that the rest of the people you've seen have been wearing. Manages to get himself to his hands and knees after a second and shakes his head and slowly gets to his feet, looking around the room bewildered. And it's just like, what the hell happened? What? And he sort of looks down at his hands and he's, all right. Okay.
I'm gonna go with he was probably under the same charm, but wasn't there to see her die. And I was just going, what the shit happened?
Yeah, it seems like he's just recently come out of someone's control, and appears to be stumbling about.
Talrand, with his mask on, pops in quickly, holds up, very obviously presents his medallion, his hunter's medallion, saying, "Well, hunters coming through. We just killed the vampire that had you thralled. Head to the basement where the others are hiding. Quickly now."
As you like step in, show your thing, and like you get 2 words in as he turns and goes, "Oh shit! All right then." And he scampers off. So he takes off away from you guys down the hallway.
Info dump, go.
You hear him trumble off down the stairs.
Okay, we did know this was servants' quarters, and there was a bunch of occultists that were on this area. I don't think we want to go this way.
No, Talrand was just double checking.
Yeah. I just mean, as a matter of principle, I don't really think we really want to explore this direction because we already have been told it's just servants and occultists, and we don't have a ton of time.
Just random thought. That guy was secretly the protagonist to an anime that we just started.
I was about to say that it's actually a pretty cool idea to start a campaign with you're under the thrall of a bunch of vampires. And then while like you're trying to figure out like a prison escape kind of situation, suddenly a bunch of heroes bust in and absolutely murk the vampires that you were under the thrall of. And like, yeah,
It's
like
off you go now.
that would make like a pretty cool start to a campaign. No lie, that'd be pretty rad.
Next campaign. Idea for next campaign.
Yeah, I was gonna say like maybe I'll do that some other time.
Down the road, you save that party that saved you at one point.
And
Yeah.
through door number 3.
So door number 3, if you're doing a Stuthel check, to quietly open the door.
Would you like another one?
Stoozelies.
You know what? I'm gonna let you carry the last one that you did because it was a 22. Sorry, I'm just in the process of trying to clear some of this fog of war.
Is Piff going in a different direction from everyone else?
Bam.
Nope,
There you
I'm
go.
coming.
So yeah,
Sorry.
making your way up to that door, you don't hear anything. Quietly, you open the door and you see a set of stairs that goes up.
Oh,
Hmm.
Do we forego exploring the middle floor and just go up to the top floor where the coffins are probably kept?
I'm gonna go with yes, especially because we know over in this direction there's gonna be eventually that tower where, evil dude is probably, and none of y'all seem to want to encounter him. So let's see if we can find our shit.
Nobody wants to fight the goddamn vampire. All a bunch of babies.
Optimistically, we will
I'm
get our
sorry.
shit wrecked.
Have you seen me? I am snack size. I do not want to fight the big vampire yet.
We are fucking level 5, and we're starting to run low on resources.
Oh, Doc, I don't
Yeah,
know
I
if you
can take
noticed,
Funny friend.
but I totally did when we stopped and they were talking to the two people that were not charmed originally. Snack definitely took the head of the cultist out and shoved it into the bag with the metal shards and the poisonous mushrooms.
My God. Okay, well, yeah, you have that now.
In case
forgot you had that.
What's the next thing? What else is going to go into that fucking?
I don't know,
bag
but I'm
of-
gonna shove it down Umalot's throat at one point.
Is Snack gonna have to start rolling a chance that this bag has started to leak and contaminated his food? Because he just keeps shoving new shit in there.
Just keeps cramming more and more things into it until eventually he's got himself like a big old fucking thing of slurry. Ugh.
Oh, that's not gonna be fun when the head starts to decay.
Okay, to the next floor, Doc.
All right. So, you guys do move up to the next floor. Quietly, you make your way up through the stairs, and it appears to be a closed room. It is a viewing
Back
tower.
downstairs.
Back down the stairs. You guys make your way back down the stairs into the room where you just were.
Well, we're not skipping leg day.
There was the stairs that he just stumbled down.
Or we can look at these other doors over here too.
When we were upstairs, Doc, did we see does the building have a third floor all the way across the atrium kind of thing?
More or less. Like there is much more. It's not the same size of layout, but there is a third floor to which those viewing towers are level with. And yeah, the third floor definitely has like other structures in it on both sides.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's a good point. We can go up these stairs. That'll probably be best. Any concerns, comments?
You guys gonna go up to the stairs in the servants' quarters, or are you gonna try heading out to the east wing, or the stairs that are in the main atrium level?
Yeah.
The main.
I vote we
the
There's
check
the
room
main
level.
atrium.
doors. I vote we check these doors, or those doors. Those are doors, right?
Yeah, those
We
are
see
doors.
a second viewing tower across the way.
We check the doors first on our way.
Yeah. Here, let's just go into this.
Just so we don't have to surprise us that we're not expecting all of a sudden.
Zip. You do see there's another set of stairs that went up, and yeah, when you were up there, you saw another viewing tower on the other side.
Okay, do we want to quickly check just in case there's coffins there? Just in case?
It's like an Easter egg hunt, but for coffins.
I highly doubt they'll be up there. It's
I'm trying
just
to keep
viewing
going.
tower, and did we see there's the second disconnected viewing tower that we saw from the other one, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
you can see
So
there
it's-
was another one there.
it's just another separate disconnected viewing tower. They're not likely going to put their coffins up one of them and not the other.
We found an old man in a random cage in a random basement of this place. Maybe we find something worth checking out.
Yeah.
I was just voting we poke our head up, be like, anything here? No? Okay, cool, leave. Just like we did with the last one.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Just
We
be
are kind of running on a
responsible.
time limit at this point, so we're trying to find those coffins as soon as possible so we can nuke every last one of them.
Caleb, you want to check that door before we head upstairs?
I think there's one here too.
Corridor.
Okay, yeah.
Probably
So as
leave
you
the same
guys
place.
as you guys get ready, in that area. Caleb, if you're checking that particular space there, that does have indeed, as speculated, a corridor that leads down towards some more opulent business that you can't really see.
All right. Rejoin the group.
And we stealthily go up the stairs.
All right.
Yebs.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, it's 10 o'clock.
Hmm.
I'm going to call it for today.
Can we at least see what's at the top of the stairs?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah. I'll show you what's on top of the
Let's see
stairs.
what's the stairs.
It's like we're literally going up the stairs.
It's Doom! No, it's fine. You guys get to the...
Yes.
Oh, damn it. That's a fucking door. All right, hold on. Hold your horses. A hot second.
It's a
My
fucking
horses
door.
don't like to be held.
I said hold them!
No.
I'm working on it!
Ah.
God damn it.
Wow.
I'm doing it!
Thank you, Dio.
Why aren't you doing it?
I mean, it's
All right,
fitting. We're dealing with vampires here.
Why must you fail me so often?
All right. There we go. And Shazam. So you make your way to what is the top floor of this building before the final tower of the Manor Waycrest. There is also, randomly, in the middle of that space, with no explanation whatsoever, a door that suddenly vanishes. But you get up here, you notice that like the couches up here, again, while still fancy, are now like gold lined. That it is a level of opulence and intrigue once you get here that is growing the higher up you get throughout the building.
I wonder how much we could get if we managed to steal one of these couches.
Probably
We have
are.
neither
Looting
the
the place.
We have neither the means or the manpower for that right now.
Start looting.
I can carry it.
Alloy drops his greatsword and equips the couch as a blunt weapon.
Starts beating vampires to death with a fucking golden couch.
That would be amazing. All right,
So
but
amazing.
thank you everybody for coming out to our game today. This has been a huge amount of fun. Now that we've finally gotten to the top layer of the Manor Waycrest, you guys are making your way to the final areas in which you may or may not make by next game. Who's to say? Start stripping the wallpaper. So thank you all as well, all the new people that came out. Thank you all so much for your views and your donations, your bits, subscriptions, your follows, all the support you show us over here at Evil Incorporated. It is so wonderful to have you all here with us. And thank you again as well for the raid, Lark Network. And we'll see you guys all next time on our next live stream. Again, we stream Monday to Friday, 7 till 10 p.m. Eastern time, and on Thursdays we do D&D. So once again, I have been your kind and benevolent DM, Toronto's greatest supervillain and evil genius, Dr. Tarawat, coming to you live from our Layer 4.0, and we are here with our lovely players. Going from the top, we've got Esteban playing Talrand, our skeleton archer.
I need to go watch how badly Spoody ruined my archer.
And we've got Raynor playing Drakier, our draconian sorcerer.
Oh yeah? Well, screw you guys. I'm going home.
We've got Kildaka
Nice.
Gray playing Sneck, our kobold cleric.
Snack has a whole wonderful bag of things to feed him a lot now.
You're just going to have this bag of garbage you're going to dump into this thing's mouth whenever you find it.
Beat him to death with it.
Fuck you and fuck your whole existence. And we've got Quad playing Alloy, our warforged warrior.
I got to hit something. I feel fulfilled.
Well, I got to nuke something.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah, we
went
got to hit
fucking
something really-
ham. Oh my
Really
god.
hard.
I did not know that critical spells do full-blown double damage in this. That's nuts. I was on a fucking wear.
It's like every critical hit, right?
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
it's like with critical hits with weapons, is it typically just adds one more damage dice?
No,
But it doesn't
doubles
add
the
like
die.
all your bonuses and shit to it. Or at least
It's
that's how
not
I
the
read it.
bonuses, but it doubles the amount of dice that you
Yeah,
roll.
it doubles the dice, but not the bonuses. Whereas like all spell damage is pretty much just dice.
Yeah, they
They
don't.
very typically don't have bonuses attached to them, so they make up for that by having more dice. So critting spells is pretty fucking wild. And of course we've got Palanthir playing our Air Genasi rogue Caleb.
Looking at all the opulence on this level, there's one thought that crosses my mind. I'm gonna need a bigger rucksack.
Thievery. And last but certainly not least, we've got NB Rex playing our Goblin Bard Piffles.
I'm travel size.
And we'll see you all next week, or tomorrow rather, on our next live stream. End of line.